beautiful Friday morning, and you already know how we do it on Breakfast Daily right here on ChannelOne TV. Like I said, it's a Friday edition, and the Friday edition, there are so many things that we have for you. And of course, you know, we start a bit earlier. I mean, like two of us, because usually you see us from 9 o'clock to 11 each day. But on Fridays, we start a bit earlier to kick off the day with you and, you know, zoom into the weekend, of course. My name is Chris Carter.
And I am Wahab Abdulrazak. As always, it's always a pleasure coming your way. Do not go anywhere. Stay tuned, because we've got insightful conversation and entertainment to usher you into the weekend. All
right. So remember that the show is very interactive. So feel free to join in at any time. Send in your questions, your contributions when it comes to any of the topics that we will be having on the show, and we will get to, you know, read it here. And also at the end of the day, you know, every Friday we get to talk to special people, so there are different interviews that are lined up for you to enjoy. So please do stay tuned, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So we're going to be starting with some reminders. What do you have?
All right, so we're starting with the Northern Business Fair, and it's coming up on 25th and 26th of July at the Jubilee Park, Tamale. And it's a two-day event that will run from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. During the period, the venue will be transformed into bustling commercial center, where businesses from across the northern sector and beyond will showcase their products and services to thousands of prospective customers, partners, and investors.
Of course, now you know the Blank Scenes is still on. It's a TV drama show by ChannelOne TV, and you definitely do not want to miss it. So tune in every Thursday for the Blank Scenes. It's a Ghanaian family setting that has so many stories that you can actually relate to, and the bad, the good, the ugly, the white, the black, and the gray areas. And apart from the lessons that you get to learn, this is a very exciting family TV show. So gather the children around, or gather your friends and family, and then sit and enjoy the Blank Scenes. The exciting thing is that apart from showing every 7:30 on Thursday, we have repeat dates. Friday at 11:30 a.m., Saturdays 7 p.m., Sundays 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays 3 p.m., and Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Remember that this is sponsored by NASCO, Lizzie Shito, Out Mosquito Coil, Everpack, and Lele.
Now, for literature enthusiasts, just now log on to channelonenewsonline.com, visit the books and literature section, and type The Golden Couple of Mabre and Kwanta, and have fun reading and intriguing tables about this village. Improves your vocabulary and help you appreciate literature better.
Yes, you're going to be looking at different tales from the same story. So do well to tune in on ChannelOne News Online for it if you love literature. Now let's get straight into the papers. What are the papers saying? I'm going to be starting with the Daily Graphic. On the front page of the Daily Graphic, we have Government mines seal historic gold pack. Government mines seal historic gold pack. 30% large-scale production goes to gold board. And the next one we have First National Disaster Risk Strategy on the way. First National Disaster Risk Strategy on the way. You can find that in page 13. Bill to end witchcraft accusation under consideration. I think this should have been a long time. I mean, it should have been done a long time, because really, I don't see people taking, you know, matters into their hands when it comes to the issue of witchcraft. And who decides that anybody is a witch anyway? So the local government minister is saying that there's a bill to end witchcraft accusation, and it's still under consideration. And behind it we are beating Croatia for top spot, and this is obviously on sports and on the World Cup and from the Black Stars. This is Sibo assuring every Ghanaian out there that they are going to be beating Croatia. Remember that the match is tomorrow, and we are all seated to see what's going to happen. And that's what we have on the front page and the back page of the Daily Graphic.
Now, let's turn our attention to the Chronicles, and the Safo family are pleading. They said charge Safo Akufina with contempt murder, and that story can be found on page 2 and 3 of the Chronicle newspaper. Also on the front page of the Chronicle newspaper, minority calls out government over hike in utility tariffs. Still on the front page, gold board to purchase 30% of gold produced by large-scale miners. That story can be found on page 7 of the Chronicle newspaper.
Right, so you can also read the memory verse there, down there. It's always attached to a story.
Today's quote is on Romans 12:19, and it reads, "Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it's written, it is time to revenge, I will repay, says the Lord."
All right.
I'm taking that again, Romans 12:19. "Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave them for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge, I will repay, says the Lord."
So that's obviously you know where it's directed to, right? Which story is it directed to?
I think that's with the biggest story on the front page. That's what address.
So that's what that's what the Chronicles always does.
That's very strategic.
Yeah, very strategic. It makes us read the Bible and at the same time follow the news. Anyway, we have the Daily Guide right here, and on the front page of the Daily Guide we have Sedina was not in prison for 15 days, and this is the NPP are certain. Wontemi's lawyer urges courts to defer judgment. Now, no change in Apostle Kwadwo Safo's funeral date. This is the family saying. And Herald editor, and that's Larry Dogbe, who is always present here with us every Tuesday. I think, Tuesday. He has actually been jailed for contempt of court. You can read that story in page 16. He actually made a Facebook post yesterday saying that I have been jailed, and I was thinking, where are you writing this Facebook post from? But anyway, it's what's happening, and if you want to read more on that, go to page 6 of the Daily Guide. Gold board mines chamber signed 30% large-scale gold purchase deal. And that's what we have on the front page of the Daily Guide.
Now to the catalyst, and the biggest story on the front page says gold board strikes major deal to boost reserves and raw mineral exports, and that's the biggest story on the front page of the catalyst. To other stories, Fantiakwa NDC in turmoil as branch executives arrest Park's intimidation claims. To other stories, we still have the Herald news editor jailing send chilling signal to journalists. That story can be found on page 3 of the Catalyst newspaper. Last story on the front page, it says Wontemi's new lawyer seeks delay in a quantum mining case, citing fair trial concerns. And that's what we have on the front page of the Catalyst newspaper. All
right, on the front page of the News Center, Judge jails Larry Dogbe despite service notice dispute. Catherine Eggman, the renowned boardroom builder, if you want to read that story, is on page 8. Gold board raises gold uptake to 30% from 20% agreement with large-scale miners. Amahira demolition victims seek Mahama's intervention, and Tema fishers blame low catch on climate change and illegal fishing. I really like how everybody's becoming aware of climate change, because there were some set of people that said there's nothing like climate change. It doesn't exist. It is a farce, it's a lie, and that, you know.
The impacts are now.
But at the end of the day, we are beginning to see it. And when, even in developed countries like America, you would think America is developed, but some people, especially the far right, believe that there's nothing like climate change, that is all noise. But I like how it touch everybody. It touch everybody, and we are all beginning to see that these things are actually real, and we need to pay a little bit more attention to our environment. So that's what we have on the front page of the News Center.
Now to the Inquisitor, and the big story there says ban on export of scrap metal, cartel defy order, and that story can be found on page 4 and 5 of the Inquisitor newspaper. To some more stories, it says gold board to buy 30% of gold from large-scale coins. To some more stories, TCDA dismisses 25 million cedis cashew price claim. TCDA dismisses 25 cedis cashew claim price, I beg your pardon. And to some more stories, NACOC uncovers new suspects in Australia-bound meth case.
Wow. So this meth case is not going away. It's really not going away.
Yeah.
And especially because it's coming from Ghana, and people were questioning that how come this thing crossed Ghana all the way to Australia and nobody saw that amount of meth.
We have to redeem our diplomatic image.
Yeah, interesting times. I mean, the story is going to be unfolding and we are going to be watching and reporting as usual. So the Ghanaian Times here has Bank of Ghana tightens sanctions on dirt check offenders. Bank of Ghana tightens sanctions on dirt check offenders, boosting national reserves. Government secures 30% gold offtake deal with mining firms. Latif Ejisu assault case caught others continuation after IGP failed to settle matter. Telcel Codes program nurtures next generation of digital innovators, and Ghana needs preventive disaster strategy. And this is by NADMO. And I really like the fact that NADMO is saying this, but then again, there are people that has very interesting takes. There's this lady doing well on social media. I think if anyone in NADMO is watching me right now, there's this lady, I forgot her name, but I think she's very, very interesting. She sort of like has solutions for everything happening in Ghana. And some of them sound very interesting. And the last video that she made, she talked about, you know, the amount of flooding that we are beginning to see. And she gave a step-by-step way of how to prevent this from happening after 2 years. She basically gave different plans on how to make it work. So
that's interesting.
I know. I mean, people are doing a lot of things, but it
goes nowhere. It goes
nowhere. So I just wish a lot of some people in these industries, like say NADMO, are watching to reach out to these people. I mean, the West does it. They call people, they ask questions. So you may never know. She might even be an
ambassador.
Yeah, an ambassador. Apart from an ambassador, she might actually be experienced in it because she was coming from another country to Ghana, and she's Ghanaian.
Wow.
Yeah.
These are the people we need to come up with their innovations so that at least holistically help get rid of some of these issues. But now let's move to the Informer, and the big story there says flooding crisis, tighten sanitation laws, and that's coming from the Church of Pentecost chairman telling government that one. And the story can be found on page 3 of the Informer newspaper. To some more stories, PWD's fund thieves want. PWD's fund thieves want. NPP holds minister's boss as Sedina controversy deepens. And you know that story, the former Maslok CEO, she arrived somewhere 9th June. And now the NPP is alleging that since she arrived, she's not been in prison and until yesterday paid their checks. So let's see what will come out of that story, and we will update you with those information. But to some more stories on the Informer newspaper, give NIMOS legality to defeat Galamsey, minority to the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. The last story on the front page of the Informer, NACOC commemorates Drug Day, NAF's drug campaign in 3 billion cedis meth best. So that's the last story on the front page of the Informer newspaper.
All right, on the front page of the Publisher, minority questions tariff hikes. Goldbird signs historic deal to buy 30% of Ghana's gold output. Kantaka feud, family seeks Akofena's rearrest. It tells a lot when your own family really wants you to be arrested. It tells a lot. All the questions we've been asking seems to be, you know, the answers seems to be pouring out lately, especially when the family have begun to start talking. So it just tells a lot if your family wants you to be rearrested. Wow. Anyway, on the Amahria demolitions, victims seek Mahama's help. So after that, we actually have to move to our online portals. That's what we have on the front page of the Publisher, by the way, Ghanaian Publisher, by the way. So on our news portals, I'm going to be starting with ChannelOne onlinenews.com, so you can join us if you have already clicked it on your phone or your tablet, or if you have actually downloaded the ChannelOne News app. Anyway, what we see here, AG opposes Wuntumi's bid to delay July 3 judgment. And From the front lines of the 2026 City Business Festival, can Ghana become West Africa's auto hub? Dovsu probes prophetess over alleged abuse of nephew. Northeast region growing steadily, and this is by the minister. MPP refers Kennedy Ejapon to disciplinary committee.
When I saw that headline, I just cracked into laugh. But
I mean, like, there's always something with Kennedy Ejapon. I think he's a very interesting man.
Yeah, he is.
Anyway, GJA seeks legal advice over Larry Dogbe's imprisonment. Obatampa demands justice after station attack. We are traumatized, Obatampa journalist. Tensions erupt at MPP NEC meeting over Ken must go chance. Defamation, contempt suits becoming tool to silence journalists. And this is by Samson Lardy. Government to purchase 30% of large-scale gold output on the New Deal. Adjusafo survival is 50-50. This is from a family spokesperson. And Kwajosafo Akofena not involved in Adjusafo shooting. This is the Crystal Safo people.
Different stories from different angles.
Wow. Well, that's what we have on the ChannelOneNewsOnline.com.
Right, let's check out what we have on City Newsroom. And the first biggest story there says World Cup, Ibrahim Mahama hails Black Stars, promises cash reward. Ibrahim Mahama hails Black Stars, promises cash reward. To some more stories, MPP Disciplinary Committee given 2 weeks to probe Kennedy Ejapon's petition. Yaodabo mistaken for child on live 2026 World Cup broadcasts. Sananrigu Girls Model SHS students petition MCE over water sanitation challenges. Obatampa Radio condemns attack on journalists, demands justice. Samson Lardy calls for Defamation Act with anti-slap provisions. City Business Festival, Ghana's creative must treat content as business, not hobby. That's from Popert Digital Lead, who was on the roundtable yesterday. Right, so to some more stories. Supporters clash at MPP NEC meeting over Ken Must Go campaign. Why editor of Herald newspaper Larry Dobe was jailed for contempt. Full details. So you can find those stories and more on City Newsroom. Do you have more of the online?
No, I don't have more online. Anyway, that's what we actually have there. But let us check out some of the stories and maybe read some of them and see what we have. All right, so I'm just going to open the one on the Obatampa journalist. We are traumatized, says Obatampa journalist. A journalist with Obatampa Radio, Bernard Miracle Nyapong, says workers at the Kaswa base station are still living in fear after a group of people allegedly invaded the station, assaulted staff, and disrupted operations. Speaking on City Eyewitness News on Thursday, June 25, Nyapong said the situation at the station has returned to normal, but many employees remain traumatized because the group allegedly threatened to return. He explained that the incident happened shortly after the station's morning program when staff members were preparing to go on a break. According to Nyapong, the group included the Central Regional Chairman of the NDC, Richard Kofi Esiedu, the Ewutu Senya East Municipal Chief Executive Seth Saba Sewonu Banini, and several others. He alleged that the group confronted station workers over discussions concerning internal disputes within the NDC Ewutu Senya East. The confrontation, he said, quickly turned chaotic, with some staff members assaulted and others ordered out of the newsroom, studios, and reception area. Nyapong said no members of the management were present at the time, forcing him to contact station executives and later call the police for help. He denied allegations that he was recording the incident, explaining that he was only using his phone to make calls. He further claimed some individuals attempted to seize the phone, prompting him to run to safety while continuing to seek police assistance. The journalist said he was physically attacked during the incident, leaving him with torn clothing and minor injuries. He later reported the matter to police and received treatment at the Kaswa Polyclinic. Although police later intervened and recovered keys allegedly taken from the station, Nyapon said no arrests have been made as of Thursday afternoon. He added that the station was forced off air for more than 4 hours before normal operations resumed. Management, he said, is reviewing security footage as part of the efforts to assess the incident. The alleged attack comes amid ongoing tensions between the Ewutu Senya East branch of the NDC, an issue that has recently attracted significant discussion on local radio stations in the area. Police investigations, into the matter are ongoing. This is very, 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 very sad.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
This is a very sad situation, and also it's scary for us.
It is. It's against press freedom, which is guaranteed under the 1992 Constitution.
You cannot do that.
Just barge into people a radio station studio
just because you do not like what just because you do not like what they are talking about.
And the discussions are already out there by the same people.
It's shocking that up till now no arrests have been made. Up till yesterday actually, no arrests have been made. And oh Lord Jesus Christ.
Very unfortunate.
There is a problem.
There is
a serious problem. Names have been mentioned, so why haven't these names been called into
at least inviting them to hear, assist with the investigation?
Oh Lord, this job that we do.
Yeah, the Ghana Journalists Association have commented on it. So let's see how the issue unfolds. But very unfortunate to enter the studio during live program and even force them to go off air for 4 solid hours. Yeah.
Anyway, we looking at another one. Dofsu probes prophetess over alleged abuse of nephew. It's still on ChannelOneNewsOnline.com. So the Bono Regional Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit, Dofsu, of the Ghana Police Service has launched investigations into the alleged assault and unlawful detention of a 16-year-old boy at Asufufu, a suburb of Sunyani East Municipality in the Bono region. According to the statement from the Bono Regional Police Command on Thursday, June 25, 2026, officers received a distress call on June 23 at 9:30 a.m. reporting that a teenager has been assaulted and confined in a room at a church premises for several days over alleged allegations of theft. The complaint involved 39-year-old Rebecca Kumi, the founder of the Overcomers Church, who is alleged to have assaulted the boy and locked him up within the church facility. And police said that they proceeded to the scene where the suspect's mother who was present at the time, denied knowledge of the incident. However, a search of the premises led officers to discover the victim locked inside a room. The boy was found wearing red shorts and covered with a cloth. Officers observed visible injuries, including marks on his right shoulders and swelling with dark discoloration around both eyes. Investigations indicate that the victim was allegedly assaulted with a stick, slapped in the eyes, and detained for about 5 days over claims that he has stolen money belonging to the suspect. The boy, however, denied the allegation, telling investigators that he had lived with the suspect since 2024 and had never taken any money or belongings from her. He further stated that on June 17, 2026, at about 9 p.m., the suspect called him into her room and questioned him about missing money, including United States dollars, as well as a Samsung mobile phone. He maintained he had no knowledge of the missing item. The victim is currently receiving treatment at the Sunyani Municipal Hospital, and police said the suspect admitted the offense during interrogation in the presence of her lawyer and is expected to be arraigned before court. The Bono Regional Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit, DOVSU, has commenced investigation into the circumstances leading to the suspected assault and causing harm to the 16-year-old boy at Asufufum, a suburb of Sunyani East Municipality of the Bono region, the statement said. And the police commended a good Samaritan who reported the incident and urged the public to continue providing credible information to support crime prevention and protection of vulnerable persons. Yeah. So I like this one. I like this one because clearly you can see that if it was not because of the help of, you know, someone else, if it was not because of the help of a good citizen that noticed that there is a problem, this boy might have still been in this woman's room, locked up somewhere till now, and probably
wouldn't come to the attention of the general public.
And you know, when they do things like this, they don't feed you, and you know she's a prophet. Maybe she's trying to, you know, say that, okay, when you stay there, the evil spirits will leave you. Yeah, that's what, no, that's not laughable. That's what they usually do sometimes. Like these very, very religious people sometimes their punishment is locking you up there for the evil spirit to leave you, or maybe they take you to the beach for exorcism to remove the evil spirit.
But I can just control it, right?
But do you have any other thing?
Yeah, so there's one story here about the AG. So AG opposes Wontemi's plea to defer July 3 judgment. AG defers Wontemi's plea to defer July 3 judgment. Let's get into that story. So Office of the Attorney General has announced that it will vigorously oppose an application seeking to defer judgment in the ongoing criminal case involving Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party (NPP), Bernard Entry-Bosiakon, popularly known as Chairman Wontemi, over alleged mining activities in Samerboy. The application for the postponement of judgment was filed by Samuel Atachia, who recently assumed legal representation for Chairman Wontemi. According to the Attorney General's office, a 13-paragraph affidavit in opposition was filed on Thursday, June 25, by Senior State Attorney Ama Nanama Pepra, urging the court to dismiss the application and proceed with the case. The prosecution argues that the request for a deferment lacks merit, stressing the accused person has been represented by legal counsel throughout the duration of the trial, and the withdrawal of his previous lawyer was voluntary rather than due to any circumstances beyond the counsel's control. So there is a quote here about the paragraph, but it says the prosecution further alleges that the decision by Samuel Atachia to seek records directly from the court registry instead of obtaining them from previous legal representative was not made in good faith. So, you know, this case about Chairman Wontemi in relation to the Samerboy case. So they have finished with everything. Witnesses have come and, you know, testify from both sides, both the prosecution and the defendant. So come July 3rd is the date set for judgment, and the defendant, Chairman Wontemi, changed his counsel a few days ago. So he's asking that the court furnishes him with the details instead of going to the former legal representative. So that's what the Attorney General, who is the applicant, the plaintiff, is saying no, that cannot hold, so he's rejecting that. So let's see how that story unfolds, and definitely we're going to update you on that.
All right, so we have more of this on ChannelOneNewsOnline.com. So you can head to ChannelOneNewsOnline.com and then follow all the news items that we will be updating you with, from the stories that we've read and the ones that need follow-ups. Just stick and stay with us on ChannelOneNewsOnline.com and CityNewsroom.com too. Any of the two, but do not forget to download the app, because if you download the app, it's easier to access all these things. You don't need to type, you just need to open it, and then you will get all the news and information we have out there. So up next, it's time for us to get into some sports discussion. Of course, you know, it's the World Cup season. Ghana is playing tomorrow. Yesterday we had interesting matches. In fact, 2 days ago, we had a very interesting match, even though I didn't want a particular country to win and they won. Yeah.
You're going to pull us up.
Yeah. You know? Now, we have Edem with us. Edem, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really
Edem
good.
is from the City Sports, yeah? And you are about to take us through what's going on.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride so far. I think Africa is doing the continent proud. A lot of people weren't really happy about South Africa's qualification yesterday.
Bafana.
Number one.
Yeah,
they refuse to go back to their country.
But I just feel generally we should just give the African team support today.
We can give them support if they support us. That's what I feel.
Well, you see, the people who are playing the football are not directly responsible for some of the things happening.
Yeah, but I feel like they should speak out because we're all political animals.
Well, I completely understand you there. But sometimes some people just want to make things separate. Some people want to focus on football when it's football and politics when it's politics.
Well, congrats to Bafana.
Yeah, they were second in their group, so they progressed to the next round. Yesterday, the Ivory Coast took on Curaçao, and it was a really good game. They won 2-0, which ensured they are qualified to the next round. They had a shaky start to the competition. They played a really good game against Germany, but couldn't come away with all 3 points because of lack of I think if their focus was a bit better and their finishing was better, they could have gotten that game over the line. But they took the lead, got pegged back, and conceded a late goal. So Germany and them progressed from that group. Ecuador managed to beat Germany yesterday 2-1, and that means they still stay in the competition.
But I didn't see that coming though.
Yeah,
I didn't see the Ecuador
match
coming.
Coming into the tournament, a lot of people were speaking about the strongest team in that group being Ecuador and Germany.
And Germany, actually.
Yeah,
but I thought Germany was more
stronger
no, definitely. Germany, they're a legendary team when it comes to the World Cup. They've won the World Cup a number of times. Yeah, they get to semi-finals. So it's just their last 2 tournaments that haven't been the best. So coming into this tournament, they weren't hot favorites like the likes of France or Argentina or even, let's say, Spain, who are European champions. But I think they've given a good performance so far. But last night was Ecuador proving that they could be really, really resilient when they do take a lead. They took the lead in the game and they managed to hold on and not concede another goal, because the Germans have a really potent attacking team. So it was a really nice performance from Pacho and Caicedo and the guys over there. So Ecuador qualify as a 3rd place best team, because this tournament is the expanded tournament. It's 48 teams now. So aside the normal first 2 teams from every group qualifying, there's another table that has teams that are placed 3rd in their groups but have like better competition standards than others. They look at your points accumulated, your goal difference, then your discipline, if all those things come out the same with some of the other teams there. So I'm happy for Ecuador. I think their fans would have been disappointed if they didn't make it to the next round because of the kind of players they have. Some really good players.
So from that group, we have Ecuador qualifying.
We have Germany qualifying as the first team. We have Ecuador as number 2. Then the Ivory Coast Ivory Coast as number 2. Sorry, then Ecuador qualify as the 3rd place best team.
So I was so happy to see
Ivory Coast.
Move.
Oh yeah, I think. Because of how their first game and their second game went, people were kind of
sad. I gave up.
But like going into the last game against Curaçao, I had confidence there. Curaçao are debutants. And the Ivory Coast have been here before, so I was expecting them to do the business again.
All right. So talking about debutants, there are probably new people that people who are just joining us in this whole football situation and football news because of the World Cup. Now, if you had to teach us, or if you had to teach people who really don't know much about how to count the points, how many people have to be chosen in the group to qualify?
When the tournament was a 32 team tournament, it was not as expanded as this, so automatically the first 2 teams in every group, first two teams. So that still stands right now in the tournament.
Based on points?
Based on points. So the teams that accumulate the most points and are in the standings of 1 and 2 in the group automatically qualify for the knockout round. What has happened right now is that because it's expanded, there's another table that all the teams that are placed 3rd
they have to play against each other?
No, they don't play against each other. What happens is that they rank them based on the teams that have the best points tally at the end of the group stage. So the teams who place 3rd that have the most points qualify.
Oh, okay. So among all the thirds, among all the thirds, the ones with the highest numbers,
best performing thirds. And so if there's a situation where teams are on similar points, then they go to their goal difference, the number of goals conceded as compared to the number of goals scored. Then if that one too comes out the same, they go to the team's discipline. Then if that one too discipline, that i.e. the cards, how many red cards did you receive? How many yellow cards did you receive? If that one too comes out and is the same, then they go to your FIFA ranking. So where you are ranked right now in terms of the FIFA World Ranking. So all those
the FIFA rankings also have
all those things.
That's why it was important that we get the numbers up when it comes to FIFA rankings.
But that's an extreme situation. If all these other things come out equal, for example, if you have 4 points, your goal difference is the same with another team, your discipline is the same, then they fall on the rankings.
So it's the last thing to
consider.
No, in as much as it's the last thing to consider, that just tells us it's important to get your points up in FIFA ranking.
That's why every time the rankings come out and Ghana is lower on the rankings, it doesn't help, because in some situations in international competitions, it can come to haunt you. So it's very important that you pick up points on your friendly games and all those your competitive games you play with the FIFA calendar involved, so that you can get a high ranking. Because
I never knew that.
In situations like this, your ranking can just come and bite you. So
thank you for this education. I just really wanted the education for football, like interim football lovers because of the World Cup.
Because there's some people who don't really like
it. But it's just because of the World Cup that we're all here, you know.
But looking at this group stage, how expanded it is, and some of the impressive performances put out by teams, big teams, shocked us and all that. Has it been the most entertaining group stages so far?
Well, I think the most entertaining group stage is a bit of a stretch. I think the last tournament that was played in Qatar was very exciting. But
very exciting.
What I will say is that a lot of people felt that the tournament's quality will be diluted with the expanded nature of this one. But I think the opposite has happened. I think
it did a bit.
Yeah, I don't. I think bar maybe Uzbekistan and Curacao, most of the other teams that have come to the tournament haven't really put up bad performances. They did.
No, well, I don't think it's about the teams, but it's about organization.
I think
really.
Well,
it's about organization, and there's so many rules that have come up. So yes, it's diluted a bit, and also with obviously we know with whatever that is going on with America and some of the Middle Eastern countries.
But for me, that
also affects.
Just imagine what Iran.
That also affects.
Hours,
that affects players' minds.
Yeah, but I'm even speaking about just the quality of the football on the pitch.
The football on the pitch I think is great. It's surprising.
What has been happening at this tournament, and people have been complaining about the FIFA president, is when these kind of things happen, he's kind of absolved himself of anything he says.
I don't understand why.
I think it's genuinely because it's happening in America. You see, America is quite powerful.
So you see it to be an influence issue?
Yeah, a lot of people seem to think that
said anything.
America seems to have influence on him, because in previous tournaments, FIFA has stepped in and spoken out for some countries when some things haven't really gone to plan. But in this tournament, it almost seems like when something comes and it's an administrative issue, Infantino quickly says he's not involved in administrative issues, and it's a bit surprising. But all in all, I think generally, if you take out the isolated incidents of the referee, the situation of Iran, I think genuinely it's not been that bad, the World Cup. And with respects to the quality of the football on the pitch, I think it hasn't really been diluted. As I said, by Uzbekistan and maybe Curacao, who have kind of been whooping boys of their groups, most of the debutants haven't put up disappointing performances. They've kind of come up with performances that you could be proud of. Cape Verde from the CAF zone, they've shocked everybody. They played their first game against Spain, put up a resilient performance.
Yeah, it was beautiful actually.
Went into their second game against Uruguay, who are two-time champions by the way, put up another resilient performance. And if they win their game against Saudi Arabia, they could qualify for the next round. So I think all in all, Ghana is even another example. If you look at Ghana's performance against England, if you put everything into consideration, the time we appointed the coach, the bad run of friendly fixtures into the World Cup, and you see the kind of performance Ghana has put up, I think all in all, it's not really been a bad World Cup. And not everything too has gone to plan. Some groups look like, these two teams are the stronger teams, so by merit of that they'll qualify, but that didn't really happen.
Yeah, there was a lot of surprises.
Yeah, a lot of surprises. So I think all in all, it's not been a bad World Cup.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on Alexander Seferin's comment about uninterested matches?
I think it's the direct opposite.
He said so much. It's very uninteresting.
I think that's what. That's
yeah, and countries like I think Ghana also joined in writing the communique that he should stop saying things like that. He shouldn't say things like that.
Yeah, I think those things kill the beauty of what football is in itself. Because it's nice to see a nation like Cabo Verde. They're not a heavy populated country. So for them to be able to field a team that is competing with countries that have 4 or 5 times their population is really outstanding. Yeah. And the other countries like Curacao that don't really have like a strong footballing history like countries like Germany, countries like Brazil, countries like Argentina, and they've made it to the final. So I think when you see.
But I'm surprised because he's a football person, although he's the UEFA president.
I think he's just speaking for UEFA. Well, if you think so? Yeah, if you look at
no. But you see, how do you speak for UEFA for getting the players from UEFA actually play for countries? They represent nations in the World Cup. So why would you say? You see,
it's
uninteresting.
In every field, there's a little politics. So
small PR.
Yeah, it's those things. I just think it's genuinely those things. Like in every sector, even in the music industry, there's a little bit of politics. It's not different with sports. So when it comes to those kind of things, I think the tournament starts and some of these countries putting up these performances have directly like put to bed those claims that 48 teams will make the quality of the tournament diluted. I think most of the teams that have benefited from the expansion have showed that no, it's not diluted the quality of the World Cup. The quality is still there, and shown how a lot of countries are willing to buy into the idea of football and bring themselves to the table. I think all in all, we'll have a great tournament. I think some of the matchups that are popping up for the round of 16 are very exciting. We'll see Netherlands versus Japan. Netherlands Morocco. That's a really nice fixture if you look at it. Yeah, because Morocco are really doing well. They qualified for the semi-final the last edition. This edition they put up a really good performance against Brazil. Finished second in their group, and they are looking like a team that could take it the distance. Even Argentina themselves, if you look at their performance from the last World Cup, coming to this World Cup, they are looking great. Most of the big guys haven't really disappointed. I mean, Brazil didn't start too well, but they picked up.
Portugal.
Portugal didn't start.
I think Portugal had a very easy match.
The Ronaldo fans.
Oh Lord, that was so easy.
The Ronaldo fans will not want to hear this.
That was so easy for Portugal.
The Ronaldo fans will not want to hear
this. It could not be compared to the Argentinian match. We know that.
But I don't think
see where she's coming from.
I think your Messi bias is showing.
No, it's not being Messi bias, but I feel like the whole fuzz and the whole noise they were making. Who are you playing against?
Uzbekistan. but Argentina played against Algeria in their first game.
But Algeria is a strong team too.
Argentina played Jordan.
Finish them.
That's their last group game. So what should you say about that?
Mortal Kombat. Finish them.
But then let's look at the remaining group stages. Which team will surprise you?
So far
in terms of performance?
So far in the group stages, I'll say Cabo Verde.
Yeah.
I'll say Cabo Verde, hands down. I think they've been the talk of the group stages with the kind of performances they put up. Their group was really difficult. Their group had Uruguay, their group had Spain. Their opening fixture their first 2 fixtures were fixtures that nobody expected them to get anything out of, because they are playing against Spain, who are reigning European champions and hot favorites in this tournament. Second group game was against Uruguay. We all know Uruguay with their history with Ghana and that infamous incidents that happened in the 2010 World Cup. And Uruguay, per their footballing history, they're a strong Copa America team. They've won the World Cup twice. So not many people were giving Cabo Verde a chance against them. But they pick up a goalless draw against Spain, play a spirited 2-2 draw against Uruguay, and they are looking good heading into their final game against Saudi Arabia. That's a fixture they can very well win and qualify from the group. So I think so far, if you ask me, they've probably been the team that surprised me the most.
But for me, the team that surprised me the most, if you ask me, yes, I agree with you with Cabo Verde, but I also think Curacao. You know why? Their attitude. Yeah,
their attitude has been great. Whoa!
They're losing matches, but they have like a very positive attitude.
You see, they come from a lot of their players come from the Dutch school of football, and that school of football, they are really expressive with the way they play their football, and their coach too it's a Dutchman, so he's kind of imbibed that in them. But I completely agree with you. When they played against Germany, I think the hydration break did them a huge disservice because Germany took the lead in that game. I've mentioned this thing a couple of times, and that's one of the things that disappoints me about the hydration break. Germany took the lead, Curaçao pegged them back. Curaçao get a really good chance right before the hydration break. And football is a game of momentum.
Yeah.
If your momentum, then the hydration break comes
and they quench it down.
And it just sends your momentum
But you know,
down.
some people have been booing the hydration.
Yeah, I don't.
People boo it.
I don't think football fans love it. Like we are used to 45 minutes.
Just play.
Yeah, you play. Then you go for a break, halftime, 10, 15 minutes. You're back second half. You play. At that time, the game ends. So divided. It's almost like we are watching a basketball game now. The game was divided into 4 quarters. You play like half of the first half, go for it. And personally, I don't enjoy it.
But imagine a hydration break comes into basketball. Oh, I'm going to hate it so much.
That would
even be sad because of the 4 quarters. So at which point will you now give a hydration break? At what point would you give a hydration break? I mean, some people have said, oh, it makes sense. Yeah, because it
does.
It does not make sense. That's the game. Play. Wait, I am a sports person. I understand what momentum is all about. There's a point that you get to that just one whistle can just kill it down. Can just kill it down.
It's really true. It's momentum.
No, if you're talking about a sip, that's why you've been preparing for years to get this, to get your body used to this thing.
But you know, there are times that the body will feel you.
But you see, if it was in a situation where it was extremely hot, some of these stadiums can control the environment. They have covers. There was a situation where in the France game it was even raining, and in the first half they went for a hydration break.
But even Qatar,
what do you need a hydration break for?
Even Qatar is hotter than this place that you're talking about.
Qatar is hotter than.
But people still played it. Our boys playing on the road. All these boys play. The grassroots football people.
Me personally, the hydration.
What are you talking about?
The hydration break.
What are you talking about?
If I was watching basketball.
But I still hold a contrasting view. But at least except it makes sense. Bring body and soul together.
You know, there are situations where like an injury can happen, like maybe a head injury. Per the rules of the game, if a head injury happens, they have to treat the player on the field. So in those kind of situations, the players use that opportunity to quickly get a sip, maybe take fresh instructions from their coach. Those things happen during halves usually. So those things can be used as an opportunity to take those kind of breaks.
No, because even with momentum, let me use myself as an example. When I used to play active basketball, a lot of people say I work like diesel. So like I have to.
You have to you have to build up.
I have to build up. So you now give me a break.
The energy declines.
It now declines. Now I have to now pick it up again from where to where.
That's actually not easy.
From where to where? So imagine, some people are like that. Some people, and that's what we also saw with Curaçao. Like they were almost there.
To be honest, in that Germany game, I
was gonna say something, but I just hold it.
To be honest,
they were almost there. Imagine being there. And they
to be honest,
start again.
To be honest, in that Germany game, I feel like if the hydration break didn't come, Curaçao could have scored another goal because the momentum was in their favor. They had just scored a goal. They were creating good chances, and it happened. So I understand the booing of the hydration break. To be very honest, I don't think it's in the spirit of football, and I genuinely wouldn't want to see it in the knockout stages. But I don't know what the plans are for the break when the tournament advances to later stages. But I wouldn't love to see it. I think it has teams' momentum. Some teams, Mbappe said something that I found interesting. He said, for the footballers, they don't really, if you are the team who is suffering before the break comes, you'll be happy the break has come because you can take a breather. If you were the team who was a momentum before the break comes, you'll be disappointed because maybe you could have scored. You could have scored, or maybe you finish off the game before the other team will even get the chance. So it's 50-50 with the footballers, but I think for the fans, it's not really enjoyable.
Let's come back home. Black Stars have put up, nice performance in the games, Panama and with England as well. How do the permutation look like for us in Group L?
Well, we have 4 points right now, and we stand a really, really good chance of qualifying. Should we get anything, we should just try and avoid a loss against Croatia on Saturday. I think we avoid a loss against Croatia, and whatever happens, we qualify. There are other situations where some teams winning in some Group 2 automatically qualify us, but genuinely, I don't like Ghana depending on other people's results.
I also don't.
Yeah, I think
I hate the calculation.
I think we should just put out our best.
Yeah, I think this is the first World Cup where, and it's quite funny because this World Cup is the World Cup where heading into the World Cup, our hopes weren't really high. But this is the first World Cup where our hopes are largely in our hands per the kind of performances we've been able to put up. Having 4 points after 2 games puts you in a really safe spot because now most of the teams that are higher up on the third place groups charts, Ghana has 4 points along with them. So if anything happens and we can't qualify via the second slot in the group, at least we can sail through the third place spots. So it's a really good spot that we are in. We kind of have our destiny in our own hands. We just have to avoid the defeats. And
so for we World Cup watchers, I call us World Cup watchers.
World Cup watchers.
So it's only at the moment. It's only at the moment. So for we World Cup watchers, in that group, who's currently third?
Currently third. At the moment, it should be Panama. It should be Croatia.
It should be Croatia.
They are third. They beat Panama.
What's their numbers?
They have 3 points. They beat Panama in the second round of group games. So after Ghana drew with England, we have 4 points in second position. England are first because their goal difference is better. They have a better goal difference than Ghana.
So what is England's point to?
England has 4 points with a goal difference of 2.
Okay. So that's stronger than ours.
That's stronger than us because we.
So if you add them together, just 6.
They scored 4 goals in their first game against Croatia, but they conceded 2. So that's minus the 2.
So that minus 2.
Yeah, so you have 2. And we scored 1 goal against Panama and didn't concede against England. So we are standing at 1. And Croatia played against England and lost 4-2. So they are third because they played Panama and won by 1-0. So Croatia too kind of had their destiny in their hands. It will be a difficult game because they know that they beat Ghana and they automatically qualify with 6 points. Depending on what happens in the England game against Panama. But if you look at the permutations of the group, I don't think Panama will be much of a challenge for England. I mean, they can spring up a surprise.
So
but
at this point, we can say Panama is out of the equation.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I don't think England.
But you don't say most definitely because there are so many surprises.
Well,
so
personally,
so we can't say most
personally for my
maybe
colonizer.
today is the day that that guy did will hold Harry Kane's leg and then the Panama score.
Well, that will make me mad because if I genuinely I don't support England anyway. So if Panama does a job for us in that game, I'll be pleasantly surprised.
I was very indifferent about the whole thing when it comes to supporting England or not. Okay, support England against Ghana. Obviously, I was supporting Ghana, but in the whole group stage, I'm very indifferent about it. But at the point that Harry Kane, made that comment of these nations. These other nations. It didn't just sound right.
Your entire support for them vanished.
It just vanished.
Well, I mean, you can understand them. They came into the game with a lot of confidence because they beat Croatia, who are in the top 20.
Well, you say we can understand. You see, at this point, a lot of things.
You see, the English kind of have a way they view themselves in the sports because a lot of the modern game, a lot of the organization and the way the modern game is structured is largely due to like the way the English people have done their football.
Well, it's their game. They started the game,
yeah, so they kind of, I don't know, I don't like to use the word entitlements because
complacency.
Yeah, they kind of feel like
they're entitled.
Yeah, well, if you put it that way, they kind of feel like football is their thing.
Oh well, it's their game though. It's their own though.
So coming into the game, beating Croatia 4-2, Ghana are not really looking too good per their preparations to the World Cup. They were really feeling confident against us, and we put up such a performance. They don't even get a chance to score a goal. So you can understand them. Even during the game, you could tell they were really frustrated. So
I really wanted to go. So we just
I feel like those comments are a result of the frustration.
Pepper in your eyes.
After that match, one comment on social media that struck me was sugarcane cry arena a hurricane.
There was a comment too about Declan Rice, and we do jollof rice and it's not Declan Rice and all those things. But I just think the performance Ghana put up just disappointed them, and they were just lashing out because of that.
They never expected that.
Yeah, they never expected that. I think they expected that.
What was Bellingham saying though?
I don't know. He covered his mouth.
We still want to. We all want to hear.
He covered his mouth, so I can't tell. But he had another little spat with some verbal spat with some of the guys on the bench. I think our high performance coach John Pencil. I don't know what that was about too, but Pencil didn't seem too happy about some of the things Bellingham said. But all in all, I just think that.
Well, you see, isn't there a rule? I think there was a FIFA rule that
but
when you say something and cover your mouth.
But the rule was about confrontations, and I don't think that situation was a very confrontational one. I think it was something happened and he was saying something to him. So I don't really know why that wasn't looked into, but those were the kind of comments that came about the whole thing.
So it's more about confrontation.
Yeah, if it was something that was like a confrontation between two players,
they could have looked
into it and sent him off for that. But I think that was the excuse they gave for that. But I think generally the officiating in that game was just a little fishy, if you ask me. Just a little biased.
We're black.
I usually like to give the benefit of the doubt for those kind of situations.
We're black.
Because I think that should have been a penalty for Ghana.
It should have been a penalty.
Yeah, but all in all, I think the Ghana did a good job.
Even a blind person could sense that it was a penalty.
But our players didn't protest also.
That's the thing.
Our players didn't protest also.
That incident actually generated a lot of talks after the match.
Yeah, even there were a lot of English pundits who felt like they got off the hook.
Yeah.
I was watching the overlap and I saw Ian Wright and Gary Neville discuss about it, and they were speaking about how Ian was like, when he saw it, he was like, oh my God, we messed up. But luckily, they got off the hook for that. So a lot of them felt like they were lucky to escape that, because I feel like if that was looked into, there is no way VAR overturns that, because it was clear as daylight. But I don't think we should be really thinking about that. What we should be focused about is the Croatia game, because if you ask me, we stand a really, really good chance of qualifying. Who knows, if we can win the game, depending on what happens in the Panama game, Ghana can qualify as first in the group, and that can...
I want something nice to happen on Panama game.
I'm hoping for that too, because as a stance...
Something surprising.
As a stance, if we qualify as a stance right now as second in the group, we'll probably meet Portugal. That's a really complicated fixture.
You say?
Yeah, you see? Yeah.
It's not Uzbekistan or whatever.
And so I just hope we can...
Portugal?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Then the opposite should happen. Panama should,
Yeah, so that we can meet Australia.
So basically, as we are here praying for Black Stars, make we they pray for Panama.
Yeah. Panama should do a little job.
Father Lord, help Black Stars. Oh, the Holy Spirit,
remember
protect Panama. Jesus Christ, support us.
Yeah, so.
Oh my, interesting times and interesting games ahead. I'm excited about it. But tomorrow, what time is the match?
We have games today.
Okay,
we have a big one today that decides Group I. Norway take on France.
That's very big.
Yeah, because both of
the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings take on the finalists from the last edition, and I think France will be looking at that game as a game they will try and look to.
That's Haaland, right?
Yeah, Haaland and these guys.
My heart goes
Vikings.
to Haaland.
Vikings, yeah. But France have really put up really good performances. I think they are looking like one of the teams to beat at the tournament alongside Argentina, the winners from the last edition. But Norway too have been really impressive. This is their first World Cup, and Haaland has just been banging in the goals for them.
They came really prepared.
Yeah, they came with a brace in first two games.
I'm sure his dad would be happy, because his dad was also playing for the national team.
Yeah, and it's just nice to see a team come into the tournament and take it like that. Not too many teams come in and look that confident and look that great when they come in. I think it will be a great game. I expect France to edge it a little, but who knows what can happen.
They should allow Norway at least, their first time. Let them their way.
Well, I mean, France will want to win. You see,
football doesn't work like that.
It doesn't really work like that. And you see, when you win your group, you stand a really great chance in the knockout round, because you might face a team that might not be as strong as you, who might play second in another group. So France will be looking at it like, and sometimes too, teams want to make statements in the tournament. I think with the way France have played so far,
you can say statements.
Yeah, if you beat a team like Norway, who have come into the tournaments, even though they are debutants and they are looking strong, it's a statement performance. You're trying to sound out to the rest of the tournament that, look, we are here to go all the way. And France have been to back-to-back tournaments.
Yeah.
They won in back-to-back finals, sorry. They won in 2018. We're right back in the final in 2022. Unfortunately, lost on penalties against Argentina. And I'm sure they are looking at their squad, looking at the players they have in their ranks, and they feel like this is the tournament we can make it all the way. So this game, I'm sure Mbappe will be looking at that record Messi has as the all-time World Cup top scorer. He's just two behind Messi, and he's probably looking at it like he can get level with Messi. So I think it will be an exciting game. Senegal take on Iraq, and
that's okay.
That doesn't really have any bearing on the tournament.
Yeah, that's okay. Senegal can do the job for us.
No, but then Senegal are already eliminated, so it won't really mean much. I just hope it to be.
It was so sad what they went through. I didn't expect them to have.
They haven't some problems in their camp. They're having problems with their bonuses, allowances, and
they've not been paid
kind of issues that kind of pop up with some of the
Mm-hmm.
national teams in West Africa. A lot of pundits here say that thing is like West African thing. It kind of happens with a lot of West African teams. It's disappointing.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, it's very
Despite
embarrassing.
all these things, they're able to put out
That's embarrassing. If they say it's a West African thing, so you don't pay West African players.
I think it's been disappointing because Senegal, if you look at their performance on the continents, they've been one of the teams that have been really impressive.
Like the AFCON.
Yeah, they've won 2 AFCONs recently. When it comes to youth football, so they've been present. They've been winning a lot of tournaments. A lot of people looking at most of the African teams going into this tournament felt like they had a really strong squad, but they got to the tournament and they're disappointed. I just hope they will be able to regroup and come back stronger the next time.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope so.
So tomorrow's match?
Tomorrow's match.
Black Stars?
Tomorrow?
Time?
Black Stars will play at 9 o'clock tomorrow.
9 o'clock?
Yeah, so
In the
we should.
evening?
Yeah, we should get ready. And,
Oh, it's Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
We'll
It's a weekend, yeah.
It's a weekend, so.
All right, thank you so much, Adam.
You're
I mean,
welcome.
it's really nice hearing this, and then for the information that you gave us, especially like the school part. You know,
The
some of
school
us we just watch you. Thank you so much, and then we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to be having a conversation with the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency.
Baba God, help us so that we can be doers of your word. For without your power, we cannot do anything. So Baba God, help us so that we can be doers of your word. For without your power, we cannot do anything. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation and deliver us from evil. So Baba God, help us so that we can be doers of your word. Because without your power we cannot do it. So Baba God, help us so that we can be doers of your word. Because without your power we cannot do anything. Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. heaven. Thy will be done. Yes. All the songs coming. So on our upcoming album, Dive the Water is You. Yes. This song is called Fache.
Styrofoam, it is everywhere. From wache joints to all restaurants, polystyrene packaging has become the go-to packaging when it comes to food here in Ghana. And one thing that EPA, or the Environmental Protection Authority, is saying, they are saying enough is enough. In fact, they have actually proposed a ban of polystyrene materials, and we are about to have a discussion with them. So in focus today is the Environmental Protection Authority, and we have Larry Kotoe, who's the Acting Director of Sustainability and Circular Economy at the Environmental Protection Authority. We also have Smith Lomotey, Director of the Human Settlement at the Environmental Protection Authority. Hello, sir. How are you? Sirs, actually, how are you doing?
We are doing well. I'm good.
Wow.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Anyway, let's get straight into it. So for the benefit of the viewers, can you explain exactly what Styrofoam is and why you are proposing a ban?
When we say Styrofoam, or what we call popularly in Ghana, takeaway pack. I think it's this particular material. But this is not the only thing, but it's manufactured from what we are talking about. They can do it to do other isolated materials like coolers and co, TNG and co. But basically, to draw the attention of the public, when you say this, you understand what exactly we are talking about, that styrofoam or polystyrene that we are talking about. And it has been with us for some time now. And we reach a point that we say it is causing more harm than the good, whereby we need to all come on board and see how best can we save the environment and public health. Not to just take it away completely by saying nobody should buy and take away, but to have substitute, have alternative, environmentally friendly, public health safety substitute that can do the same work, but with less harm or no harm.
All right, but how serious is Ghana's styrofoam problem right now? Would you say we are talking about a crisis, or we are just trying to take precautionary moves?
I would not say it's just a precautionary move. It has been with us for some time now, and we have reached a point that we all say, hey, we need to get up. When we talk of even human health, what we are eating, if anytime heat gets in contact with this styrofoam, it releases chemicals that are harmful to the human being.
Are you
Most of the
serious?
time,
People
we
put hot food in this.
hot wache, hot kenke into it.
Hot indomie.
And in the event of putting those hot food items inside, these chemicals are released. And oily food as well. You remember the shito, they are all oily. Immediately you get in contact with these oils, it releases these toxins. And when acid also get in contact, you know, some people use this orange juice. Some even cut the orange and apples and co. These are all acidic food.
Yeah.
When they get in touch with this styrofoam, they release a lot of toxins that are not good for our health. So, for human health, it's not safe. Public health is not safe. Environmental, to talk about it, we are seeing it in our drains, in the sea. Our fishermen, they go to sea, they go and harvest some of these plastics and styrofoam. So I think we have all reached a point that we have all agreed that enough of the problem is enough.
Right. So as you are proposing that we phase out from this particular, you know, thing to what becomes the alternative? If I go to my favorite wache joint to get wache, and there is no takeaway, what is there for me?
Okay, so maybe let me add to. So in terms of the exposure that my colleague has just also mentioned, there's also another exposure route that we should be aware of in terms of air quality.
Right.
Sometimes we burn some of these products as part of our normal garbage, and it releases some of these same toxic fumes, and we all breathe. So you may be far away from it, but behind your window, it has become part of our waste management problem where people do open bedding. And you can see sometimes after our parties or funerals, people just gather some of these materials and start burning them. And once it releases some of these toxic fumes, we all breathe. And people who have underlying, health problems.
Respiratory issues.
Exactly. But in terms of alternatives, I always say that, yes, he showed you there is an alternative one inside. So there's the same. There's styrofoam. There's also the alternative paper-based. So they are already on the market. And I'm sure sometimes...
Yeah, some people are already using this.
Oh, yes. Some people are already producing. But I must also say that alternatives are not just these biodegradable ones. We have alternatives when it comes to reusable containers. Packaging, So I'm sure sometimes you have your flask that you can just use to go and buy your own food. You don't necessarily have to
look for takeaway.
So sometimes when we all go to the vendor,
they are
only selling the food. They will ask you, do you want a pack or not? So sometimes they give you the preference. So these are all alternatives. So if they ask you, do you want a pack? You say no. You give them your flask or your reusable container. So these are all, I'll say, alternatives that are available to us that we can always use.
Right. So we all know that styrofoam or polystyrene doesn't actually decompose easily, and that's one of the biggest problems that we are trying to fight. Because if it decomposes easily, we wouldn't be seeing it in our ocean, in the drains, and all that, and it causing problem. So with that, you saying that this is the replacement, or this is the one that you want into the market, is this actually more better when it comes to being biodegradable?
So in terms of composition, when you pick the styrofoam, you only have the plastic base as just about 2 to 5%.
Right.
The rest is just air.
Okay.
And that's why it's very light in terms of lightweight, and littering becomes very easy. Now, when it breaks down, it does not biodegrade. It just breaks down into microplastics.
Oh, and microplastics are the
So
problem.
it can be in the environment for decades. So once it starts breaking down, you see them as bits and pieces, and those are the microplastics, and it also goes into the food chain. And that is where the challenge is. And as he mentioned, once it enters the water, the ecosystem, it goes into a marine environment, fish also gets.
Affects the fishes too.
We also go and buy fish from the same market. So these are problems that can escalate decades. So these are things that we are saying that these are not biodegradable, but this one, in terms of the plant-based and paper,
okay, these are plant-based.
They are biodegradable. Once they are exposed into the environment, naturally they decompose naturally. So those are the things that we are talking about in terms of comparing the two.
Yeah, but are they easy accessible here in Ghana?
Oh yeah, as he said, people are even producing it, importing it. It's in the market. When you go to most of these hotels these days, these are what they are using. You go to some of these top restaurants, this is what they have shifted to. So it's accessible, it's available. Only maybe you can say it's a bit expensive, a little expensive. But if you look at the health impact, the public health issues, the environmental implications, it's better than going for the other one. So it's outweighs. So I will say it is better we add a little to whatever we are using, getting from the styrofoam, to get the alternative, which is doing the same thing, a little expensive. As he said also, you can use the reusable containers. They are doing the same thing. The leaves that we used to buy wache from, they are doing the same thing. The paper, they are doing the same work. So let's look at the positive side of it, rather than saying it is expensive, it is not. It's available. Whenever you look for it, you will get it. What we can say for now, because it is, most people are not into it, because the styrofoam is common, the demand is high, the supply is high. Look at it, at that point, the price definitely gets down. So as time goes on, when we are getting used to this and the supply is become higher, you can see that the price will do what? Will also drop. So for now, it is true that we will say the price for this is a bit expensive. But as time goes on, the price will definitely stabilize and to come down.
Impressive. But amid all this, is the EPA considering a transition period for the phase out? Because this is actually a major economic activity for people and all that. Are you considering a transition period like that?
Yeah, there's a transition period. I would not even say it's today that this news is coming. This news started far, even before 2020, because the plastic management policy 2020, it was published. So it started way back, and it was this, even last 2025, the president announced it during the 5th June. So this thing has been with us for a long time. We have been doing a lot of engagement, a lot of public education. So it's not that we just started today, no. And even as we are even saying now, it is not right now, it is totally banned. From now up to 1st of January 2027. So we still have time,
some months to
adjust to it, to do the education, the engagement, to be looking for the alternatives, and also buy into it quickly, so that we all make a move. I'm sure we should all accept it that it is doing more harm than good.
Right. So we're talking about mostly about the takeaway packs. But would this be a total ban? I'm asking if it would be a total ban because, or not polyester is not only used for this. So will it be a total ban on the use of polyester when it comes to everything that can be produced with polyester?
So if you look at the scope of the ban, it goes beyond just the packaging. So it goes also in terms of insulation as well.
So it's a total ban.
It's a total ban on some specific products. So, but I'm sure the visible one is the takeaway packs that we see. So the message is that the scope is not only on the takeaway packs. It goes beyond that, and we are also talking about even packaging. So sometimes you might buy your mobile phone and all that, and it's just in there. But that's a different conversation in terms of its implementation, because they are all different. So the way we see the takeaway packs and its implementation and enforcement is a bit different from the other. So we are taking it one by one, but it's a total ban for styrofoam products.
All right, so many countries have actually banned styrofoam in their system. Why has it taken us so long?
So I would say sometimes it's a decision of government as well, and also at the point in time where we are in terms of our economic activities and all that. But we've had this same discussion, as he said, since 2012 or even before. However, this is just, I would say, one of the targeted products, or polystyrene is just one of the targeted products. We have a very broad strategy in terms of phasing out single-use plastics. So this is just one of them. We may be coming up with the rest, the carrier bags and all that. They will all come. So we are just taking it gradually, starting. So this is a commitment that we have taken it on board. And as he said, the environmental and health effects far outweigh the economic incentive that may present to us.
But are there exceptions to this ban, especially with medical products? You know, there are some medical products that polystyrene are used in the product. Is used in the production. Are they also included in this ban?
So there are exceptions. So our communication was very clear in terms of the scope and then the exceptions. So yes, for medical purposes and research purposes, they are exempted. But you need to still come for regulatory approval. So you may want to import some specific quantities for purpose of research or medical. So you need to come through the EPA. Otherwise, you cannot be able to clear it on the system when it gets to the port.
All right, but you just talked about, you know, working together with other people when it comes to this. So I know you're planning to collaborate with local authorities such as the ports. You mentioned the port and customs authority and other regulatory bodies. Now, how confident are you that this network can actually stop the styrofoams from entering the country legally?
Oh, we are very, very confident. This is not the first time that we are doing things in collaboration with other stakeholders. It has worked, so it will still work. So, you know, but it is true, as we are saying, borders, and we have some porous borders. We are not trying to rule them out. However, that's why we are doing the engagement, so that at the end of the day, we will all buy into it. That even I should know that the thing is not good, it's not beneficial to me. So if somebody wants to pass through the illegal routes, I should be worrying and say no. We all say no. Let's all speak against it. So yeah, we accept it. However, we know it is going to work. With the customs, with the district assembly, the environmental health officers, they work in the markets, the food vendors and co. So we are very confident that the implementation will be successful.
But maybe just to add to, so when it comes to the port as well, EPA, we are already on the port system, which we normally call the ICOPS. So we regulate chemicals and also other products, including electronic items that enter the country. So these products, as you see them, so we have HS codes for products, for polystyrene, and we have HS codes for the raw materials as well. So we can actually block, and that's what we are going to do. So towards maybe 3 months to December, we should be restricting imports. So you may not be able to import raw materials to start production in January. And we are doing this with the industry people, and we have written to them to request for data to know their import cycles. So you may not be able to clear any goods that arrive at the ports 1st January. So restrictions will start, and we use HS codes. Once we block you, you cannot, and we do this with customs all the time. Yes.
So in a case where the extreme happens and businesses fail to comply with this directive, what happens? What penalties will be meted out to them?
So currently we are putting together the legal framework to back the policy direction. So definitely by December, we should have the law regulation clearly specifying the penalties, and then also some of the enforcement powers that will come with it. Obviously, you may have to confiscate, seize, and all that, and there will be fines as well. So we are currently drafting the legal framework to support the policy direction of the president. So yes, things will come, but we'll still be engaging industry, not to also not to comply with the directive.
Right. Yeah. But this is not the first time Ghana is banning. This is not the first time Ghana is actually banning, or you know, say these plastics or this sort of things. You know. Now we're back to styrofoam again. How are we going to ensure that this actually takes place once and for all? And are we only looking at styrofoam, or we are also looking at the single-use plastics?
So as I said, this is just the beginning.
Again.
This is just the beginning. We have a whole comprehensive plan to phase out single-use plastics. And that is what we need to... So
you're taking it step by step?
Step by step.
So you're starting with polyester.
So carrier bags to follow. So it's just a gradual transition that we have to let people be aware that this is just the beginning. Yes, of course, historically we've gone, but this time I think we've received more public support than before.
Yeah, it seems like people are beginning to understand.
Exactly. If you look at the atmosphere compared to previous times, I think people are in support of it. And sometimes when these things are mentioned, we need the support of the general public. Yeah. Because we are the consumers. If we say we are not going by this product, I think it will work. So this time around, there's a consensus around this same discussion that we need to take some actions. And that's exactly what we are doing. And this is just, I must say again, this is just one of the products that we are targeting. More will follow in terms of the single-use plastic value chain.
Right. Now, let's talk about the flooding that we've seen. You know, Greater Accra actually produces about 4,000 tons of waste daily, and there are actually large quantities of plastic, food containers, you know, styrofoams, and frequently used materials that accumulate the streams, the drains, and the ocean. How directly is styrofoam actually contributing to the flooding crisis?
So, as we said earlier, styrofoam does not decompose easily. It can be in the environment for hundreds of years. So styrofoam constitutes the plastic that you are talking of, that we generate. So Ghana, we generate about 3,000 metric tons every day of plastic, and styrofoam is a part of it. And we generate 1.1 million tons every year. And out of this 1.1 million tons, only less than 10% is able to be recycled. So the question is, where is the 90% going? They find themselves in the environment because they don't decompose easily. Where do they go? Whenever it rains, the rain will definitely carry it. Where is it going? It will choke the drain. That may cause the flood, or it may finally find itself in the water bodies. So because it cannot decompose easily, it's able to choke the drains, and whenever it rains, we all get the flooding because of the nature of it. So the alternatives that can decompose easily, the reusable that will not find themselves in the environment because I use it, I wash it, keep it for another use, I will not litter with it. So if styrofoam is taken out, and by the grace of God, single-use plastic is taken out at the end of the day, believe me, the environment will be cleaner than today.
But how has the education been going?
Very intensive.
And how are you going about with your education? What channels are you using?
We've gone to the public schools, the basic schools, government schools, radio station, TV station, the market. We've gone to the market, engaged with the manufacturers, the food vendors, the hoteliers. We've done a lot of engagement, and it is not. We will continue to the end of the year. And as he said, industry, we believe in the industry that they are compliant. We have done it before they comply. They were using plastic to line the cement bags. But today they don't do that because we asked them to stop. They didn't hesitate. They stopped it. So as for industry, we are very confident that industry will comply. And the consumers are also moving with us that it is true. It is causing more harm than good. The only challenge, as we said earlier, will be the illegal routes. But it is our belief, when we all buy into it and we are all running with it, when you see your colleague trying to do those things, we all need to stand against it so that the environment will be cleaner for all of us.
So have you thought of policies and punishments that you would actually, penalties?
He said it earlier that those things have been put in place, but it is our prayer that we will not get there, that we will all be on board and it is done. The law will be in the book, but we will not violate, I will not violate, industry will not violate, vendors will not violate, then we are good to go. So that is our prayer. So we are doing a lot of engagement for behavioral change rather than trying to say we need to prosecute somebody, arrest somebody. We don't want to get there. That's why we are spending a lot of energy and time on the education and engagement so that we all buy into it, so that at the end of the day, we will all have a safer environment for all of us, rather than saying, let's go to the market and arrest some people, seize goods, do this. I think Ghana, we have passed that stage. We are obedient, we are compliant. Let's comply, and the environment will be safe for us. Public health issues, these issues of cancer, placenta, we have seen microplastic in placenta. It should be so worrying.
Yeah.
We should be worrying that, hey, is that it? So that let's all buy into it, not because I want to gain something from my business. We are not saying your business will not go on. The alternative, we are still going to do business. So let's move with it, and then we'll have a safer environment.
All right, so has there been research on the alternative that it will not cause any environmental problem again? It's like putting away one environmental problem for another one to come up again. Have you researched on it to see that, okay, this definitely is not going to cause any problems?
Yes, so we are working with the Standards Authority on that issue. So the fact that we are also saying we need alternative doesn't mean that anybody can just produce any product and say we should use it, because sometimes the source of the material for producing the alternative is key. For instance, if we are using paper and somebody uses paper that has been exposed to some other hazardous materials, once it has been exposed to those hazardous materials, definitely the production of that paper and also putting food in it will contaminate it.
Yeah.
So we are also going to develop standards where we'll be certifying products that can be put on the market, so that at least if you say it's biodegradable, we need to also test it. Sometimes, of course, people will say, oh, it's biodegradable, but sometimes not true.
Yeah.
So we are also putting in some of these measures, and we are working with the Standards Authority to actually put in protocols where before we approve any alternative, we need to test it and make sure that it actually works before we get approval. And it will come with some proper labeling and all that. So these are things that we are also putting in place so that we don't also cause more problems.
Right. So Mr. Lomotey, you talked about, working with the other agencies at the port and all that. And you also talk about people who bring in materials to the country that also creates this thing. So obviously that means there's a market of local manufacturers when it comes to styrofoam. So now what's going to happen to your business? Businesses like...
You mean the manufacturers?
Yes.
They are still going to manufacture. As we are saying, the alternative
no, I just want to know, like, okay, now that we're introducing this, what if you don't have machines that are cut out for this? So what's going to happen to your business?
That's why this grace period is for some of these things. Now we are shifting to this. How can...
Are you going to help them? Will the government help them in any way?
Okay, so...
it's a very legit question. Because at the end of the day, these are machines that have been bought to create this. So now maybe these machines are probably different from what would create this one.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with it?
That is true. So if you look at the whole machinery in terms of the composition of the machines, some will have to be replaced.
Okay.
But the core of it, I would say 50 to 60% could be retained.
Okay.
Because styrofoam, you need to expand it by putting in.
Okay.
So that component in terms of the expanding system needs to be taken out and rather bring in something else. Because for paper, you need to do rather intrusion. So that is an area they need to change. Also the molding system itself, because it's also being molded in terms of expanding the material instead of compressing it, it needs to be replaced. Also, again, you need a material feeding system. They don't use this paper-based products as a feed material.
Right.
They use more of beads and all that, so that needs to be changed as well. These are the core components. But when it comes to conveyor belts, cutting machines, in terms of cutting it, I would say boilers and all that to provide heat, they all need heat. So all those systems does not need to change. So yes, the core components in terms of the feeding, the extrusion, and also the expanding system, they need to be changed. So those are the areas that we are looking at. But again, we are also exploring other alternatives for them. It's, in terms of GIPC, that's the Ghana Import Promotion Council. They provide some kind of incentives for people who want to bring in equipment. Also, Free Zones Authority, if you are operating as a free zone company, there are some incentives that you get in terms of tax-free.
No, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, so
because it's like changing the whole business mode.
Yeah. So we are trying to see if those alternatives can be available to them in terms of having bringing equipment free and all that. But again, in the short term, they can also produce other reusable containers, not necessarily, which the equipment I mentioned, some of them can be retooled a bit.
But are the resources readily available?
Oh, of course. As for the raw material, people are always so as we speak, we expect that they should be making arrangement for raw materials, for instance, to start, because at least you have 6 months to do those arrangements. So these are options that we are actually engaging with them, and we actually proposed those things to them when it came up during our stakeholder engagement with them. So definitely there will be some kind of impact in the short term on those equipment side, which we are trying to mitigate as well.
But earlier you said there's going to be a broader ban of single-use plastic in the coming days. As,
coming days.
Yeah, going forward in the near future. But it's plastic waste is so, aside the styrofoam, is one thing that is also harming us a lot. Are we maybe considering to look at this RVM so that we get it around the country, so that if you have this waste, you keep them in your home, and when it gets to a reasonable amount, you take them to these centers and it gets repaired? Is this something you are considering, so that you speak with the these companies that produces the plastics?
Already, those things are in place. The buyback centers are all operational. Recycling plants are working. Even the plastic recycling plants, some of them, they even need more plastic to recycle. They need more.
So they give incentives?
Yes. It's not free. They give some token. They need more. Some of them even import plastic waste.
Right.
Because most of the plastic waste in Ghana are dirty, they are not clean, and it will cost the industry a lot of money to clean it again. So as we are saying, segregation is the key in the circular economy. Let's segregate our waste at source. So this company, you segregate your waste, you put plastic as a separate place,
so glass,
metal. And when you are segregating, don't segregate dirty segregation. Don't contaminate it with oil and other things that when the recycling is coming to start, they have to do cleaning before. So let it be neatly segregated, so that when they pick it, they will do a minimal cleaning and they can use it as a raw material. So it's in place. A lot of companies are Coliba, Aricorp, a lot of them are there. So let's try and do that behavioral change in our homes, our schools, churches, wherever we find ourselves. Let's segregate our waste so that they can pick them and recycle them, so that the plastic waste that we are all talking about can reduce in the environment.
Wow. Just to add to that, so as I said, we have a lot of them in the system, and a lot of the things we will have to do it from our households.
Yes, sure.
And as I said, it's more of segregation. If you don't want to put it in so many bins, you can put recyclable materials in one bin. Once they come for it, it's easy for them to sort it out themselves, but not food waste as part of it. So once we are going out, we need to at least find a buyback center and drop it. Maybe just an example for electronic waste, for instance.
How accessible are these bio?
So that is a whole change that we are bringing. And one example, we have 3 drop-off points. I would say drop-off point for electronic waste.
Okay.
If you go to Melcom Industrial Area and Melcom Ashaman, Melcom Adina, you will see a drop-off container for electronic waste. where you can exactly. So when you are going for shopping, for instance,
or you can just carry it along and just
just drop it. We have lamps, batteries, and other electronic items. Iron, just drop it. Now we are also introducing what we call the extended producer responsibility law, which will come very soon. It's like the producers of these products, we are giving them more responsibility to take care of their waste. Now we've noticed that all these things that we are talking about, there's no value that has been placed on it. So people will not ordinarily go around collecting them. Once you put some value on waste, people will go around collecting. And that's what the extended producers responsibility is coming, so that producers will have to bear responsibility, so they will be given more incentives. So if you find any of their products, just pick them and take them to the buyback center, and you get your money instantly. So these are also things that we want to use to encourage more people to bring out their waste and give it to the recycling companies and create that circular economy as well.
That's very interesting. And now, have you had conversations with the chop bars and what people say?
As I said,
what was their response? Have you gone face to face with them?
We are still going to the market, the lorry stations and co. No, as usual, nobody wants a change. It's difficult to change. So definitely you resist. But when you are convinced and you see the advantage of your change, you definitely buy into it. So initially it is so, but people are now appreciating the need for that change. So gradually, I'm sure we'll all be on board. Even I'm sure you have also accepted for change.
Oh yeah,
you have also accepted.
Oh, yes,
So gradually, but from the beginning you
may
not.
I'm scared of plastics, actually.
So
very, very scared.
We will get there. Gradually, we are all accepting. We are all coming on board. So let's continue telling people the negative side of this plastic and the takeaway packs, and the positive part of the biodegradable. Look at your health.
Very important.
Look at your brother's health. Look at the environment. Even aesthetics. Look at whenever it rains, look at how the environment becomes so dirty, so nasty. That alone should tell you that, oh, when these things are out, the environment will be cleaner.
All right, so before I let you go, what's
the chop bar?
Yeah, tell us.
You see, people now buy food, like they go and buy food, maybe they have soup in the house, so they go and buy but they put it in a thin rubber, and then put it in a styrofoam again for you. Why don't you just take your bowl?
You know,
they will just let food inside for you.
You know, the funny thing is, well, it's not funny, but I think it's a cultural thing. Because like in Togo and Cote d'Ivoire, like the neighboring French countries, people have the attitude of carrying plates around like your food. It was when I moved here, like everything is, you know, take away. Take away.
If you go down to buy fufu,
just carry your plate.
They'll be fine. For them, they are interested in selling their fufu.
That's actually used to be the case.
Yes. Not necessarily.
Oh, we think it's modernization.
Well, maybe.
But sometimes
when we are too shy to carry our plate.
But when you go shopping, they will ask you, do you need a bag?
Yes.
You pay for it.
Yeah, you actually pay for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So sometimes you say, oh, no.
You carry your basket.
You carry your things you go away. So these are things that we need to...
Because even in Europe, you have to carry your basket
to the we need to change
toast bags and all
that.
Yeah.
All right. It's been an interesting one, but before we let you go, what's your final message to Ghanaians on this?
What I would say is, we have reached a point that we all say that it is true. Styrofoams, plastics, single-use plastics are things that are causing more harm than good. So we are starting from Styrofoam, 1st of January 2027, so that we will say that we will not produce it, we will not use it, we will not import it, for the benefit of myself, because it is of a lot of hazard to me. This cancer and cold that we are talking of.
Right.
It is these are some of the causes. The environment will be cleaner when we all shift from it. And we are not saying shift and there is no option for you. Even before these styrofoams and plastics came, our grandfathers and our ancestors were doing something. They were eating, they were doing things conveniently.
The leaves were there.
The leaves were there. They take their plates and bowls to buy and do their things. Let's bounce back. Let's go back to the village life. That was a perfect life, and they were living longer than we think we are being modernized. So let's buy into the idea. Let's run with it. the environment will be cleaner, our health will be better, and our life will be expanded to the glory of God.
Larry?
Yeah, just to say a few, that consumer behavior is important. It starts with us. We need to champion this whole cause. For EPA, we are only trying to also do our public service as well. So we encourage most Ghanaians, please just don't go looking for alternatives that are expensive, or just take your bowls. It's part of the alternatives, so that at least we can champion this change.
All right. Thank you so much. We've been speaking to Mr. Larry Kotoe, Acting Director on Sustainability and Circular Economy at the Environmental Protection Authority, and Hope Smith Lomotey, Director of Human Settlement at the Environmental Protection Authority, actually. And it's been on the proposed styrofoam ban. It's been a great conversation, but this is a debate that is still going to be going on. And as you all heard, it starts with us. So please, let's keep our environment clean, and also let's adhere to everything the authority has come to stay. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the show continues. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV, and remember, it's the Friday edition. So let's get into some reminders again. As we all know, the Channel One community legend is already on TV, and you know, we started with so many entries and then came down to 100, and now we have 10 people that we are showcasing their stories. And as you all know, the Channel One community legend actually shows people who have been doing so much in their community, inspiring people, trying to create the change that we want to see around us. There are people out there doing exactly this. And if you want to watch it, it shows every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. You would be inspired as we, go through their communities, and also, celebrate these special ones that have given their life to help people around them, or create the change that they want to see in their community.
And to remind you again, the Literacy Challenge 2026 launch is coming up on 29th of June 2026, come Monday. It will be at the Prince Hall, Alisa Hotel, Northridge. Join us for the official launch for the Literacy Challenge 2026. It's going to be exciting, but do remember that it's strictly by invitation. The launch will be at Prince Hall, Alisa Hotels, Northridge, 10 a.m. sharp on Monday, 29th of June, 2026.
All right, and remember the Channel One News app is still live. We told you that if you want to get all your information and news items that we put out here on Channel One TV, head to the Channel One News app, and then you can get it. But if you don't have it, all you need to do is open your Google Play Store right now, take up your phone, open it, and then type Channel One News, and then it will pop up. Very user-friendly, very easy to install, and when it installs, you have it right there on your palm or your pocket. And apart from the news items that we put out there, it's the whole 360 of everything that happens in Channel One. We'll bring you a bit of everything: lifestyle news, food, entertainment, music, everything, even literature, all packed in one, all nicely packed and packaged for you. So basically, it's like the website, but a more compact and easy way to access it. So go and download the Channel One News app, and then you can have all the infos that you need to have by Channel One TV. Now, let's get straight into the next order of the day. We are going to be opening the phone line soon. So Wahab, what are we going to be talking about this time around?
Right, so we're going to look at social media, whether it's necessary for children to use social media. For me, I think yes, it's okay, but it should be monitored. It should be controlled. We should not just leave them because social media, we open series of accounts for them and that's it. No, the educational aspect is there, the social connection, blah, 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 but they have to be monitored. So, but then that's my 2 cents on it. Let's activate the lines and hear what viewers also have on that. But let me ask you, what is your opinion on that issue as well?
Well, I think social media should like the Prime Minister of England said, or UK actually said, the United Kingdom actually said the other day, not England. He made a comment, and his comment was that social media has no use when it comes to the development of children. We can clearly see that. I wouldn't say it has no use. At some age, it has no use, but at some age, yes, they might need it. But I wouldn't say that we should ban it completely.
Totally, yeah.
But we should put a restriction, say till some certain age, then you can use it. But if you have a phone, you should be monitored till some certain age too. Like what I did was, my child started using the phone very early because, it's my only child, so I want to keep tabs of him everywhere. And it was controlled. It was controlled to a certain age. He had no social media, and he's not even interested because the house is a very hobby-filled house. Find an activity to do. Nobody has time for that. Do you understand? So there was always an activity to keep him away from the phone.
And the initial orientation you had from home
exactly.
Also
so
wasn't about that.
So as we are worrying about what the kids are doing on social media, the hypersexuality that we are seeing from the girls, at the end of the day, it also boils down to the parents. Like the students from the UK said, it boils down to the parents. Parents are also supposed to be actively involved in their children's life, especially when it comes to using such machines. Because what happens with the use of social media, if it's not controlled, it actually opens them to different kind of people, even predators. All right, so we actually have Ajwa from Kaswa on the line. Ajwa, hi, how are you doing?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm enjoying the show this morning.
Thank you.
What have you looked awesome.
Thank you. So tell us your thoughts. Should social media be banned for children?
Yes, I think it should be banned. But then as parents, I'm a mother, as parents, we also have that responsibility to monitor our children. Me, for instance, whenever I hand over the phone to my kids, I make sure that I'm present. I'm there with them. I'm seeing everything they are doing. So that way it protects them from predators. Yesterday you were talking about, I think one of your trends, you were discussing a British pilot who had disavowed a child, and it all started from social media. So if the parents were monitoring the child, they would have detected that no, something is actually wrong. So I think parents, the responsibility lies with us. The government will do their best to ban it, but the ultimate responsibility, I think, is for parents. We need to sit up and make sure that we prevent our children from roaming unnecessarily on social media. That's my 2 cents.
Right. Thank you so much for your contribution. I like what she said, roaming unnecessarily with social media. Because at the end of the day, people ask questions like, oh, what is the child doing on social media? We should remember that children are very curious. They are very, very curious children. Do you understand? Because yesterday I was having a conversation with my son. I was like, you were very curious as a kid. He's very, very, very curious. They want to know, what is this? What does this button do? If you click it, what happens? So if a child clicks it and then somebody pops up and starts talking to the child, you don't blame the child.
To stay to it.
They will stick to it. You don't blame the child for being on social media. You actually blame the parents for not monitoring, not monitoring, not having that conversation with their children, and also blame the adults that is being a predator on children.
That's it.
But you see, at the end of the day, people always find ways to blame the children. It all boils down to parenting.
The parents have a major role to play as far as monitoring the kids are concerned, because you can actually control some of the access, the access to some of these what do you call it, applications and all that, and even the functions that some of these things can do. I'm imagining like the story we did yesterday, 12-year girl, she's on social media meeting someone, and just like that, she lies about her age. She's 17, meanwhile she's 12. What you know, what kind of information would even push?
No, but even at 17, what are you, an adult with so much beard on your face, trying to do with a child that is 17 years old? I don't like the excuses of, oh, she's 12 and she lied that she's 17. What are you, an adult, a grown man with so much beard on your face? What do you want to do with a 17-year-old child?
And the most unfortunate part was when he drove all the way from where he is, long hours, just to go and meet this young girl.
It doesn't make sense.
In the pretense of mentoring her.
You're making it worse for me. What is mentoring? I have parents. Why would I meet somebody online to want to mentor me? Do you understand?
Parents are supposed to be the first mentors of their...
Yeah. Anyway, we'll continue this conversation. We have Ajo from Kotoe on the line. Wahab, you want to take that?
Hello, Ajo. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
All right. We asked this morning, should social media be banned for children?
Sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, so we are asking on the show today, should we ban social media access for children?
Yes, I think so. So you see, lately our children are always on their phones, and even as parents, sometimes we will give them the phone and say that they should play with it because we want them to be distracted. You see, so I think if it's banned, we'll be able to control how much time they spend on the phones, and also the kind of things they see, because lately social media is very scary. The kind of things that people are posting. So to me, I think it should be banned.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Ajwa, for that comment. Ajo, for that comment. I think she's, you know, she has a point there,
Yeah,
because
solid point.
we've seen some countries that have also banned it totally. You understand, for children. Australia was the first country to actually ban it totally for children, and also the UK just announced recently that they are going to do the same thing. I think Norway too also did the same thing, and
even Gabon in Africa. Yeah.
So why not? Why not? Why not? And if we're talking about, you know, at some certain age, they might still get, you know, addicted and everything, or they might still be locked up to their phone, then that comes to parenting. Parents need to have a relationship with their children. Children cannot grow alone.
Yeah.
Parents need to be interested in what their children are doing. And if you want to be interested in what your children are doing, sometimes it's not about being intrusive. You don't do it by force. You have to learn to create a relationship. Because even the by force is pushing the child away. I'll go and do it outside. I'll do it outside. I won't do it in front of you. Do you understand? Right. So Mavis from Boteman is joining us. Hi, Mavis. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you too?
I'm fine, thank you. So Mavis, what are your thoughts on this? Please, can you reduce your volume?
My thoughts. I have a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And she's been pestering me to allow her use the phone because her mates... Oh.
Just reduce the volume. Reduce your volume.
Right.
So when you reduce your volume, you can hear us perfectly without interruption.
Sure. Okay. My remote is messing up, so I just have to get out of the room. Okay.
Right. Okay, maybe let's go.
So she's been pestering me to allow her use the phone. I've never allowed her use the phone because her mates in school are already using phones, and I actually happen to be on their platform, so they just completed DEC, and I happen to be on their platform just so she can have whatever information they share regarding their upcoming graduation and all that. I'm sure the others don't know I'm a parent on the platform, and sometimes you can see that these children are chatting and sending links to videos. I mean, videos that are unimaginable. You can't even think they would have access to as late as 2 a.m.
What?
Yes, as late as 2 a.m. And I'm telling her I cannot allow her use the phone. Unfortunately, I heard one parent submission saying that it should be banned. The truth of the matter is parents should rather not allow their children use phones or be on social media because these girls and boys go on, they sign in changing their dates of birth to make them look like they are about 18.
Yeah.
And so no matter how you ban it, they will try and then beat the system. So I think the main responsibility lies with the parents.
Right.
I have taken a decision not to allow my children or my daughter use the phone, and so she's a grown-up.
Right.
She understands the risk that comes with using social media. So from this period to that period, I would rather educate her, let her know the dangers, and of course the positive aspects of social media. So for me, in a nutshell, the responsibility lies greatly with the parents.
Right,
Thank
right.
you very much.
Thank you so much too. I like the fact that she said she would educate her on, these issues. It's very important.
That's one thing
People
that
do
we
not
mostly
know.
ignore. We just rant about the problem and do not go in to actually sensitize them, let them understand really why this need not to be done and all that. So that's very right there. From her side, and taking the responsibility that yes, parents actually have to come in and prevent, supervise, and all that. Yes, is the right way to go.
Yeah. So parents actually supervising and taking control also have to you have to find very friendly ways to do that, because if you push them around, there's a way you can talk to the children. They never open up to you again, and they will go outside. And that thing that you don't want them to do, they'll go and do it outside.
Right. We have Nana from Oyibe. Let's hear from. Hello, Nana. Good morning. You are welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning.
All right.
You guys are fine.
Yes, we are fine. Thank you.
Yourself?
Yeah. I want to make my contribution to the issue. Actually, they have to ban it totally, and parents have to stop giving their phone to their children. I have a daughter who is 10 years. He has a phone, but I deleted every social media thing from the phone. She got access to only, Google for homework. And that one cry, I monitor her. After the homework, I take the phone and she's gone to bed. So we have to avoid giving phone to them. It will be best for us, because what the children are doing on phone, if you see it, you don't even know how they get access to all those things. The phone is for you, Crampon. When you get on your phone, you cannot access to so many things. But these kids, they know every angle of the phone. So it's best. It will be best for this country. They should ban social media from kids, especially from kids from 5 years to 17 years.
Right.
They can use it after 18 years. It will be better for us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Nana. That's a very good submission. I like the parents are being concerned about this because clearly they can see that it's been a rut in the among the children, and sometimes some of it comes from social media. But let's look at some trends that are linked to this whole issue of ban. So we have in Australia, there's a full ban and fines. So basically all kids under 16 are banned from social media, and if you are caught, you'll be fined, or the parents will be fined. And in the UK, they're proposing a full ban. In fact, a full ban has actually been set out to roll out very soon. Indonesia, platform deactivations, and some platforms that they have deactivated are Snapchat and TikTok especially. And Brazil, Guardian linked request. And this one with the Guardian linking request is, I think is also very important. This is what I did. Yeah. And this is not just on social media, but some social media platforms have also developed that, where when you're minor, it's on social media or on the phone, you link the parents to it.
Okay, so the parents is able to monitor.
So the parents is able to monitor. So we'll continue this conversation. We have Abdul from WA. Abdul, hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. What are your thoughts on this discussion we're having?
Yeah, talking about abandoning it, it shouldn't also only be on the kids.
Yeah.
Even the adults.
Yeah, I understand you. I get it.
I cited something I think that is a part of India where there's time for phone seizure.
Yeah.
That every household, there won't be phone will not be operated. Then they'll have time for the kids and the family.
Yeah.
I'm saying this because I am a victim of phone addiction. And I started using phone very early. Until now, I'm suffering it.
Right.
Every minute, I want my hand to be on the phone.
Yeah.
And the impact they have on me, I don't like it.
So what are you doing about it?
Right now, I've most of the apps I've deleted them.
Yeah, deleted them.
I am out of WhatsApp now.
Yeah.
Telegram is gone. Now I'm battling with Facebook.
Right.
Then I keep warning my wife. I learned something very early and I'm worried. Don't copy me. So, but you see, that's something we should control the adults too. Even you will not hand over the phone to the kids, but you are holding the phone and they are all over you.
Right, that's true. That's true.
So, the ban on children shouldn't be a yes or no thing. It's a must. We should ban children from it and then try to control the adults too, especially our office places. I think that's what I have.
All right. Thank you so much. So he's not talking just about a ban on social media, but also the control on, using phones, especially parents too, because even as adults, when you go out, people are more focused on their phones. You can even go on dates. You can go.
Even productivity.
Yeah. When you go on dates and you're having a date, and just take a minute to look around. People don't even talk to themselves no more. People are busy on the phone.
Yeah.
You go clubbing, people are busy on the phone. It's no more the disco type where people just come for fun and dancing. Yeah. No, people are on the phone. You go swimming, people are on the phone. And it's just sad. Well, Priscilla from Amasama.
Yeah.
Hi, Priscilla. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome to the show. Please share your thoughts.
All right. So with me, I think it should not be banned, but the children are not supposed to allow use the phone.
Yeah.
Yes, because at the age of 18, I don't think that you are too mature to use the phone. By that time, you'll be in SS. What would you be using the phone for? If you tell me assignments and stuff, in the olden days, we had textbooks that we were using. So you can equally use your textbook for such things. So the parents are not even allowed to get the phone for the kids at the first place. Because I have kids. I have siblings and then I have my own children. And this small boy will not allow me use my phone because he thinks he has to be eating and pressing the phone, which I think there is no sense in it. And I've stopped him, I've warned him several times, so now he doesn't do it. I used to teach in a school where this kid had WhatsApp platform and then I joined, and as I stay cried, they'll be chatting, they'll come to class and you see them having swollen eyes because they didn't have rest the whole day. They'll be online chatting and chatting and chatting. So I think it should be banned. The kids are not supposed to even have phones at that age. So maybe you're done with SS or something.
Right. That's a very interesting one. But I would. Thank you so much for joining us anyway. I would also say that for parents that want to keep in touch with their children, right? I feel like it's also hard to completely say that they cannot use phones
entirely.
So I would say we employ, like what I was saying, I do, and that's what they are doing in, say that was Brazil, where guardians are linked to their phones. Let me tell you, if you're a parent watching me right now, I know you have your phone right now. Just go to Google Family Link on Play Store right now and download it, and then you can link your child's phone with you, and you can set up the downtime, the time they're supposed to be on the screen. Yeah, that's what I did. You can set up those times. So by a certain time, for me, I did at 8:30. By 8:30, the phone goes off on its own. It deactivates on its own until the morning that you set it up to come up.
But we have Alaji Abu from Bolga. Let's hear from you. Alaji, good morning. You are welcome to the show.
Good morning and good morning to you and your listeners.
Talking
about the social media of children, I think the all the callers are making the point. The real point is that our adults, how can you get up and put the necessary thing on the social media?
Thank you.
Now this day AI or something, one child will come from school and say the show will search for this thing. You don't have option that to give the phone to her or him. At the end of the day, like somebody was saying, when you are not monitoring, after homework, you go to a different place that you never know said. They know the phones than us. So if you want the adults to, if you are mature and you are adult, at least respect yourself. Go to put a necessary thing. That's why we are seeing in secondary schools they're ripping here all over. Because of what? What they are seeing certain things on social media. So please, the parents, if you are adults, respect yourself and respect the society. And know that when you are doing, you are going to spoil the future of the children. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much for joining us.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very interesting one. Even as a parent, I mean, even as an adult, you should be responsible.
Yeah, very measured in what you put on social media.
Because we come to social media and we see adults that are supposed to be responsible talking anyhow, behaving anyhow, and when the children copy it, you come here and then complain, the children are spoiled. What do you mean the children are spoiled? Who did they learn it from? Who did they learn it from? From you. From you, the adult. And then secondly, going back to the restrictions and the and you know the measures that the countries have put, China also have time restrictions for minors. So you know, because they control everything there, their phones. So as a minor, at a certain time, your phone just goes off and it's by the government.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Gabon seems to be doing some interesting thing on that as well. But let's have Mauli from Ho. He is on the phone. Good morning, Mauli. Good morning, Mauli.
Hi Mauli, if you're hearing us, please can you reduce the volume of your phone? If you reduce the volume of your TV set, when you do that, you can hear us.
All right, it's better now.
Yeah, I've done that.
All right, what are your thoughts on the issue? Should social media be banned for children?
Good morning to you, Kata and Bra Abdi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
We're fine, thank you.
Thank you. How about you?
Okay. Yes, I want to join the conversation. Children must be banned from social media because this leads to it influences them badly, negatively, and they go in there not to do anything. They don't learn anything good. They just learn bad things from there. So I think they should be banned even with immediate effect because. But during our time, we've not experienced this. You don't have even the time to do this. They will not give you the chance. The training you've gone through, you are not trained like this. But now, children like 5 years, 6 years, then they are all at social media.
5 years.
It is very bad. I have one cousin. If that cousin did not see phone, he will not feel comfortable. He will be crying unless his mother gives him the phone to have access to social media before that boy will be comfortable.
So what kind of social media platforms is the child on?
As for him, he likes watching cartoons and those things.
Right. Okay. So you mean cartoons?
Yeah, cartoons. That's the routine he does when he's on social media.
All right.
So. Like yesterday, what I saw yesterday, like the 12-year child and the British pilot. You see that the child have deceived the pilot, but the pilot shouldn't have done that. So he ended up doing the wrong thing and he was arrested.
So would you say that the child deceived the pilot?
He has deceived.
How did the child deceive a pilot, a grown-up?
Because the child, when they are having conversation through the social media, the child told the pilot that she was 18 years old. She was
17.
Yes.
So if
was 12 years.
But what is an adult doing with a 17-year-old child?
The adult, he shouldn't have done that.
So the child did not deceive the person. he's irresponsible for wanting to be with a 17-year-old child. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, like what I want to say is that like the child should be prevented not to have access to social media. That wouldn't have happened. That would not have happened. That shouldn't have happened. Okay. But because she was having access to social media, and she was through that she started engaging someone in trouble.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
All the comments coming in seem to be, pointing at those posting irresponsible content on social media. And I think if we are banning social media access for children, it's something we also have to look at. Go for those putting out those irresponsible content, because they are actually fueling some of these things that we see. But Gambia seems to be doing something interesting. They are the first African country that have been able to ban social media access, but have in a way loosened the regulation for access only for educational use. So
I don't think it's working. Then I don't think it's working because we have Gambians on TikTok, we have Gambians everywhere. So how exactly
if we're really
is it
going
working?
to ban, then we have to look at it critically, so that we don't, at the end of the day, end at the same junction again. Right, solving a problem but creating another one.
I think the blueprint should be probably what the Western countries are doing, honestly, because they have found ways to do it. They have found ways to probably enter the phones. They have found ways to say, okay, we are monitoring you. So it's about when you put out these laws, what is the monitoring system? How is it going to happen? Like in China, they have a downtime. Phone shuts off at a certain period for minors. So how are we going to also do that here?
Strict enforcement.
Yeah, strict enforcement. How are we going to say, okay, we know that this is a child, so she shouldn't be on social media? So at the end of the day, it's a very murky, area to talk about, because we need to talk about how this is going to be enforced, just better than giving ideas. We're just giving ideas. We're just saying what should happen. But how is it going to enforce rightly?
That is the issue.
That's the issue. So I think that's why it starts with parents. That's why it starts with parents. If the government is still talking about it and trying to find ways to do, let this happen, and it's taking too long, you, the parents, supposed to be the one to enforce this in your houses.
Yes, of course, being the home of affairs and monitor the wars keenly, so that some of these things, we don't end up seeing what things like what happened with the British Airways pilots and the 12-year-old girl. No, that's not something we really want to see.
And please let us stop making excuses for a grown man that wanted to prey on a child. A 17-year-old girl, even an 18-year-old girl, is a child for a grown man to leave his location to drive all the way to prey on. Let's call it what it is.
My point is, what initial conversation did he have with a girl that made her lie about her age?
No, but you see, the thing is that I've realized something.
He didn't go in.
We make so much excuses for our African brothers, whether we like it or not, whether we're calling him a British or whatever. He's still a Ghanaian. His name is Kwame. Let's call it what it is. Do you understand? He's still a Ghanaian. Bra Kwame. It's Bra Kwame that did it. We should be worried. We have our African brothers there all in jail because of this same issue. Trying to prey on children. We should stop making it. I've seen so many comments on social media talking about EPA, it is the family that is doing him, or he has disgraced his family because there's a witchcraft somewhere. Lord, please. Stop it. It's bad behavior. Exactly. Exactly. And also comments on, the girl deceived him. Even if the girl deceived him, what do you want from a child? Even if she said she was 18, what do you want from you're a grown man?
For God's sake.
A grown man with plenty beards, huge, like big. Oh Lord.
But let's check out some comments, what people are saying. So this is coming from Eric to Abigail. It's a birthday wish. He says, wishing you joy, good health, success, and God's endless blessings. Happy birthday, my love. Is coming from Eric Thompson to Abigail Mensa.
All right, so we have good morning. I'm Philip. I think it will be nice to restrict children from going to social media. I think so too. There are a lot of implications associated with the use of social media. Mental fatigue, which we're definitely seeing in the schools. Poor academic performances, which we can clearly see, because when you speak to some children, you definitely know that there's something not going on very well when it comes to academic issues. Social isolation, which the Gen Zs, I can see among the Gen Zs, people don't visit each other again.
No. Social
Children don't do sleepovers.
Internet.
Like I was young, I was sleeping over in places.
You
like,
go to this friend's house.
Like my kid doesn't even want to go anywhere. I have to force you out of the house. I have to say, go to the cinemas. Go and do something except football and just sit in the house and so the social isolation is getting so much. Time wasting,
very important.
The time wasting, we even see it among adults, and exposure to adult content. That's exactly what we are talking about. Now the thing is, another person said, the thing is they don't sign up as minors. My daughter is 13 years old, registered on Gmail with an 80s date of birth. I've banned her from doing that though. Banning wouldn't wholly resolve this. True, but parents intentional. Let's listen to that again. Banning wouldn't wholly resolve this, but parents intentional intervention. The word here is intentional. In caps, it's intentional. Children will always want to outsmart the system. This is Mavis again from Boteman. Very true.
Right, another comment. It says, please, I don't agree with a total ban of the use of mobile phone.
Me too.
You don't agree?
Yeah,
right.
Because you need to reach your children. Things can happen. Emergencies can happen.
But the landline is there?
How will you use a landline if they're somewhere? Maybe they're in the park and they need to get home. Nobody's coming to pick them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But that's from Maxwell from Tafo, Kumase. He says, please, I don't agree with total ban of the use of social mobile phones by children, but to be regulated, perhaps logging in with their Ghana card, and that don't have at the age below 18. I think now the National Identification Authority is coming in with that, so that will also be a challenge. But the message goes, and it says, again, to adults of these days uses social media as platform to invoke curses onto others, of which I think is really bad habits, and chiefs must ban the act of outrage. That's ban outrage. Well, considering where he's coming from, I think I understand him. Do you get it?
Yes, I get it.
Adults use social media, they come out, rant, and even curse. So the children at the end of the day copy those kind of behaviors.
So good morning, ChannelOne TV. Please, I don't agree with the okay, this one is what we've read.
I read earlier.
Hi, good morning. This is an important discussion, but I think it is at the wrong time when all the children are gone to school. They must hear this themselves. This is my opinion. Unfortunately, you are also the adults. Please let them know. They can't always be on screen, so they can't watch us. Even if they are home, sometimes they don't even want to watch us. So please tell the children and be the adults and do the right thing. Anyway, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, the show continues.
Yeah, welcome back to the show. This is Breakfast Daily right here on ChannelOne Television. It's time now to get into our communities, and today on the Community Focus, we are heading to the Ejisu municipality of the Ashanti region, because 4 communities in the municipality are calling for complaining about the deplorable nature of their roads, and are calling on authorities to help fix the situation to improve their daily living in the community. Let's watch this report filed by our Middle Belt Bureau Chief Hafiz Tijani. When we come back, the show continues.
Getting a vehicle to and from work or the market is one headache every resident living at Echem, Akokwamu, Achianse, and Atabreso face every day.
I came in Sudi more than almost 1 hour now, looking for a means to go to Asukariman fire station. And looking at any transport doesn't want to come and pass through. It's very, very embarrassing. look at how our location here is the middle of Kumasi, but it doesn't look as if we're in Kumasi. So anytime you mention that you are from this route, people are laughing at you.
Whenever we are in the rain season, the situation of the road gets worse because the constructors that have been coming here have always been concentrating on the construction of the drainages, after which the road is abandoned due to change of administration. So it has always been like this, and there is difficulty in commuting to work and from work.
If you to me for your full motor, if you for your brepa, your cocroma, your brepa, Sanya Ababu station, trot for another fire, your car, uncle. If you may do not me, I was a Koreman, it's met my begina, it be about 45 minutes, no me car.
The roads have not been done after drains were constructed, leaving drivers and other road users to now feel the brunt. With the rains, the plight of residents is worsening.
We just appealed to government, and then we appealed the road and highway minister and the MP of Ejisu and the MC at all.
So you are just appealing to the government, the MC, the MP to come to our aid, because this area is not a village as well.
Opinion leaders have made several efforts to calm residents who always feel agitated about the conditions of the road, but they themselves are now fed up.
I fresh a high chairman as a chance and a common. You who Kotoe and I say, machine, you know, who be that. See a coin that you need bonnet cry there. Ghana buy and I say, I buy your back with piano. You need bonnet idea.
For residents of Echem, Akokwamo, and Achiase, it is a daily struggle using roads within these communities. Their fears are rising because the rains have just set in, and they say they may be cut off from Kumasi and other communities within the Ashanti region. They are calling on the government to intervene. Hafiz Tijani, ChannelOne News, Achiase Echem.
That report was filed by our Middlebelt Bureau Chief, Hafiz Tijani. Now let's head over the phone lines and speak to him live and understand really where he is and how the situation is at Ejisu, where residents are complaining about deplorable roads and are calling the government to come in and fix the road. Hello Hafiz, good morning, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
All right. So, how was the situation when you visited the communities? How was the state, what was the state of the road?
Well, the state of the road has always been like this after the contractors abandoned work. So you realize that the potholes that were there before even the contractor left the site are developing into gaping manholes, and then you can realize that when it is dry or when it is dry season, the residents are complaining about the dust at the areas or these communities which have been affected by the bad roads. And the rains have just set in. Like every rainy day, most of the residents are not able to even go to their various workplaces. Most of them are not able to even commute outside of the area. So imagine standing at the bus terminal, like I spoke to some of them, for hours before getting a vehicle to your workplace. Most of them say they are always late to work, and when they close from work or the marketplaces or their various workplaces, getting a vehicle back is also another issue, because the nature of the road is not giving drivers that comfort to use their vehicles on that stretch of the road. So at portions of the roads, you get to know that most of the the road have been washed away. The sand on the road have been washed away, and these have developed manholes, so to say, not potholes anymore, because they are so wide and the vehicles are just managing. We have schools in the area that use buses to convey their students to various schools. Usually they experience vehicular breakdowns. People who have their private vehicles also are experiencing vehicular breakdowns. Commercial drivers sometimes have to charge extra fares because they complain about maintenance. But the worrying issue is that contractors have been on the road before the election and the road has been abandoned. For residents, it's not just the daily struggle they go through. For now, they are getting used to the struggles because they know that when you wake up early, you have to go out early to get a vehicle just to get to work early. And you have to close from your workplace very early and then come back home because you want to get a vehicle back to your house. But they are worried because the drains that have been done are also deteriorating. And if a new contractor or if the contract is awarded to another contractor, or if the same contractor is coming and is being awarded the same contract, they are going to spend the taxpayers' money again to reconstruct these drains that would not need any reconstruction before if the road was done. Just that the contractor had to just asphalt the road to make it so motorable for the commuting public. And that is another economic conversation that is rising from the states of the roads within these communities. Wahab.
Right. Hafiz, how long has it been like this though?
Well, so for the opinion leaders and residents in the area, since the area devolved, you know, it was Ejisu Joabin municipality, and then the municipalities were separated. So you now have Joabin municipality and you have Ejisu municipality. Since the district or the municipality was created, according to them, the road has never been tarred. And the opportunity came before the 2024 general election when they appealed to the government then, and residents at the time had to petition the member of parliament for the area and the MC for the area, and the intervention was done. So when they saw that the contractors came to site and started to construct the drains, they thought that they were going to heave a sigh of relief, only for the contractors to abandon the site some few days after the elections. And the contractor had come to grade the road. After grading the road, he did all the culverts and the drains. What was just left for the contractor to do was to asphalt the road so that the public can enjoy whatever transportation they want to. But when the contractor left site, they thought that the contractor was going and then would come back. But later on, the contractor came to take away all the equipment that were at the site and then left. Till date, the residents have been complaining, and their call has been intensified because we are in the rainy season. Whenever it rains, students are stranded, school children are stranded, workers like the officer, the fire officer we spoke to in the report, he said usually he will have to come so early to stand at the bus terminal just to get the commercial vehicles. And most of them don't like going to the area because of the road. They complain of the frequent vehicular breakdowns they experience. So they don't want to go to these communities just to commute or get passengers to the various locations and destinations within the region.
So which communities use this route?
So we have the Echem, we have Achiase, we have Akukwamu, we have Atabrisu, and these communities connect you to areas within the Ashanti region. So the Achiase links you to Abrim. So all these communities we are talking about are located within the Ejisu constituency or the municipality, the Ejisu municipality, and it links you to the Asakori Mampong municipality, and links you also to the Oforikrom constituency or the Oforikrom municipality, and also links you to the Kwabri East municipality. So it's not an outskirts of Kumasi where you say that the road are not so good, so it's normal. These are communities that are just very close to communities you can commute to the Kumasi metropolis, which is the center of the Ashanti region.
All right, so during your reports and you know your investigations for this report, did you hear any issue of, say, accidents when it comes to these roads or caused by this poor condition of the roads?
Well, I spoke to a school owner. He told me his school bus that usually take the school children to and from school some time ago had to overturn at a portion of the road where the state was so deteriorated.
Overturn with children inside?
The intervention of community members. Yes, with the children inside. It took the intervention of the community members, and we are talking about the Akoko-Amu section of the road. It took the intervention of some of the community members to bring out the children, and the vehicle was towed from the place because the driver could not move again. And he says this is not the first time such a thing is happening, not only for his school bus. Other school buses are also encountering some of these challenges. And these are the worrying concerns you hear when you get to the communities and you speak to the people. The other aspect of it is when the pregnant women are in labor, they are not able, you know, they use other hospitals like the Menshia Hospital, which is located within the Kumasi metropolis. They also use the Tech Hospital, located at the KNUST, also use the Konfanoti Teaching Hospital. And you have to pass through these roads to be able to get to these health facilities. And they say that the nature of the road is impeding such movement. Because of this, most of the women who usually want to or prefer to give birth at home, they don't want to take the risk of using the bad roads when they are.
Wow. Wow, that's actually very unfortunate. But I'm sure you have reached out to authorities, or the people who have reached out to authorities, especially the Ejisu Municipal Assembly. So what have you heard from them? Has there been any response?
Well, the other time we did a story, we reached out to them. They said that the contract is a central government contract. It was awarded by the central government. It was not their allocation of contracts, but they said they were going to use the drip machine to at least maybe make the road, to reshape the road, but that has not been done. The community members also said they have petitioned the MP. They have also reached out to the municipal assembly. They are not getting any results.
Yeah.
But during your engagement with stakeholders, were you brave for maybe, did you get to understand why the contractor left the site?
Well, for them, it's about the change of government. You know, the contractor started work in the previous administration. So when this administration came or took over, there are some works that has to be done. They were not also able to disclose the full reasons why the contractor left site, but they attributed this to the change of government, that because of the change of government, the government maybe was repackaging some of the projects, or re-awarding some of the projects, or even investigating some of the projects. before the contractors can come back to site. But these explanations are not going down well with the motoring public because they are bearing the brunt of the everyday hustle they have to go through, especially within this season when it rains. School children are struggling to go to school. Parents are struggling to take their wards to school. The residents themselves are struggling to even go to their various workplaces and also the market centers. And that is the worry for them. They want this done. They say they have appealed to authorities. They have continued talking about their plight, but it seems no one is minding them.
Right. Do you have an idea of how much it costs to ply the road every day?
Well, so it depends on where you are going to. For those who are living at Chianse, from Achianse to the town itself, maybe we have the central business district, you are spending like 10 cedis. But when it becomes so critical, where or when you are not going to get a vehicle back to your home, some pay as much as 20 cedis because the vehicles say they are just compromising. So if it is 6 p.m. and you see the number of queues or the number of people in the queues at the various terminals that go to these areas, it will marvel you because the queues sometimes are winding and people are not getting vehicles. Not that the vehicles are not there. The vehicles are parked at the terminals, but the drivers don't want to go because of the frequent breakdowns they say they are experiencing with their vehicles due to the nature of the roads. So sometimes the commuters themselves are just willing to pay more to get to their various destinations. They don't care how much they are paying. Not only that the drivers are taking advantage of the situation, but the commuters are also willing to pay because if you are in a queue by 7 p.m. and you are not getting to go to your house after a hard day's work, then maybe you are not also going to find it so comfortable. Getting home late is another issue. So they want to pay more, even if it's something they will have to bear in terms of their finances.
Right.
They are paying. And the drivers also attested that they have been experiencing breakdowns of their vehicles due to the nature of the road.
So what concern was very common, synonymous in all the things that residents have been telling you about the nature of the road and how it's affecting them?
Well, so their late arrival to their various workplaces, especially for those who are in the formal sector, those who work in the offices, they would always go to work late because there are no vehicles to convey them to their various destinations. And also, when is the rainy season, how vehicles usually are stuck in the mud and not able to move, and the dangers also when the women or the pregnant women are in labor, where they will not be able to be conveyed or taken to the hospitals smoothly and then maybe comfortably because of the nature of the road. So these were some of the concerns the residents were raising.
Thank you very much, Hafiz, for that. So that was our Middle Belt Bureau Chief Hafiz Tijani speaking to us from our studios in the Ashanti region. Very unfortunate, and like he mentioned, the drip machines are there, the drip equipments are there. It's because of some of these reasons that the the actual governments came in with that intervention.
Yeah.
Yes, not all. Everywhere in the country, we are grappling with bad roads. So at least during this rainy season, look at how all the road has turned to a gully.
Exactly.
At least we can just grade it a bit, make it a bit more trouble. Look at the serious concerns that residents are raising. Pregnant women, it's reducing productivity because they are unable to get more. Exactly. drivers will charge more because they will burn a lot of fuel, spare parts, a lot of issues. So the Ejisu Municipal Assembly, at least in the interim, even using the drip machine equipment to go get the road a bit more trouble. And interestingly, it links major towns. Asokore Mampong to and very, very bad, serious and worrying situation there. We hope that authorities come in and also listen. And also issues about continuity of projects by previous governments. Like you mentioned in the report.
So government should be continuing,
Yes.
you know, because at the end of the day, it's not just about this issue, but it also cuts across so many other infrastructure, not just about this road in particular. So many roads and so many projects have been abandoned just because the government has changed. And that shouldn't work like that, because at the end of the day, it's taxpayers' money that they're supposed to be, using to fuel these projects. And these projects are supposed to also benefit the taxpayers. So why would I want to give my money to you and then you just build something halfway and then just leave it?
And the delay
something I'm supposed to be benefiting from.
The delay actually balloons the cost of the project if
because
we
it deteriorates. You know, if you don't complete it and then you come back to it years later, or go back to it again when you think your government will come back, it deteriorates and you have to spend more money again.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really make sense. But then again, we always like what we're saying, we always bring these stories for you to know what's happening in these areas, and also to fuel the change that we really want to see. So to all authorities watching this, please, let's do something about it. People are suffering. It affects us one way or the other. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we have more for you on the show.
Odo matna wa drewopa e me hunu se manyenu yi odo yewe fachemio 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 facheo me do fopa e fum swami ye matna wa drewopa e me hunu se manyenu yi odo e fum so iti ama ite kwaya wario ema atamfo nyaye bide fachemio 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 bide fachemio odo yewe fachemio fachemio oh fachemio bide fachemio. Yes. Binsubio. Also on our upcoming album, Water. Sakomechi, Misubio, Misubio, Opportunity, Misubio, Misubio, Sakomechi, Misubio, Misubio. Coming to you from the grassroots band. Beware of dogs. Yeah. Beware of dogs. Beware of dogs. Beware of dogs. So beware of them, beware of dogs. Beware of dogs. Beware of dogs. They will do what? You can secretly kill you. Fire, fire. Yes, beware of dogs. Ready to bite. Oh, in the jungle, what working yourself? Be vigilant, my friends, beware of dogs. In the jungle, what working yourself? Be vigilant, my friends, beware of dogs. Ah, beware of dogs. Beware of dogs. Beware of dogs.
It is beware of dogs, but I'm just going to say beware of dogs because they can bite you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's a grassroots band, and thank you so much for actually pumping up our Friday. Remember, it's a Friday edition of Breakfast Daily, and of course, we'll bring all the energy on Friday to usher us into the weekend. We're about to have a very, very interesting conversation because we are bringing the glory of God down soon. And joining us in the studio is one and only gospel musician, Joe Metal. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. You?
Seeing you. I saw you last year by this time.
Okay.
Yes.
So it means I come here
yeah. Or maybe I get to interview you once a year. How are you though?
I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing.
Yeah. How's the music?
It's good.
How's the studio? One of the best studios.
By grace.
In Africa.
It's working.
Yes, I love it. I love it for you.
Thank you.
Anyway,
thank
so
you.
we are going to be having a conversation on Praise Reloaded.
Yes,
so the last time I spoke to you was about Praise Related. So this time again, you are here for Praise Reloaded.
It is yearly, yeah.
This time is going to be super reloaded.
It's going to be super reloaded.
About the river edition. Why is it themed to the river?
I think each year God gives us a theme that we capitalize on, and that's the reason why it's the river, basically. But then the river in itself speaks about the Holy Spirit. It's the same thing about the Holy Spirit. In John chapter 7, it speaks about, it says, he who is thirsty, come drink. And after you've drank, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. Yeah. And then the scripture goes on to say, this he spoke about the Holy Spirit, which was yet to come then. But now the Holy Spirit is here with us, it's inside of us. And so it's an allowance of the fact that if we allow him, he will flow inside of us, not just a part of us, but all of us. In every aspect of our lives, that the Spirit of God will flow. And that's the experience we are about to have this Sunday.
All right, so talking about the experience, what are we to expect?
An atmosphere of praise, an atmosphere of worship, an atmosphere of even the word. We're going to have some great time even of prayer in God's presence, but mainly it's going to be a night of praise and worship and more praise and worship.
Right. So why do you think such concerts are actually very important for us here in Ghana?
Because, like I said, we cannot do anything without the Spirit of God. Many times we don't realize how much we need him until we are pushed to the wall. And I believe even as a people, as a nation, we need the Holy Spirit. We need the atmosphere. There are people outside, let's say, governance and all other things that happens, that many times just stand in the gap, pray, keep praying for Ghana. There are a lot of things that sometimes you realize it just eludes us. It's not just because we are too great or we know how to handle everything, but many times there's also things, or there are things that are controlled even in the spirit before it manifests. And I believe one of the things, or one of the powerful tools, is also worship. That when we lift him up, he draws men unto himself. When we lift him up, he inhabits it. So when he inhabits it, anything that is not meant to be around, he makes sure that it doesn't survive.
Right. So who is going to be joining you on stage?
I'm having Sumi Sola from Nigeria.
That's a powerful voice.
I'm having Prosper Chimana from Nigeria. I'm having Eugene Zuta. I'm having Daughters of Glorious Jesus. And I cannot go on without leaving the Bethel Revival Choir. So it's going to be all shades of worship, all shades of praise. And we're going to have a few people also joining us that haven't been said yet. And then we have some men of God also coming through to speak into the lives of the people and speak over the nation as well.
All right. So talking about men of God, do you consider yourself a man of God?
Say one time?
Talking about men of God, do you consider yourself a man of God?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I
think so.
I do the work. I just don't like. But then at the same time, I know I am. I am by God's grace.
Yeah. Yes. That's very good. But how have you, remained so humble after all these years? I mean, you're not just a gospel musician, but you're actually an award-winning gospel musician that everybody in the world listens to. Because you cannot you can't go to America and say Jamaican and the gospel fraternity does not know you, of course. So it's that you're everywhere. But how have you remained humble? Because anytime you come here, why is he so humble? Yeah.
I think it's, for me, is the understanding of knowing who the reason for who you are is. Because if the one that called you commands or instructs that you be humble, what else would you need? Like in the Bible, he speaks about the fact that he says God resists the proud. I don't want to be resisted by God. Even the
I've never thought of it like that.
Yeah, he said God resists the proud.
Yeah.
But he says to the humble, he gives more grace.
Right.
And so for me, that's the principle of my life, that I want more grace each day. So this is what then happens. The misconception of people thinking you are still normal or you are still ordinary or something. But then they come closer before they realize, how come you're all this and you still can't be...
You're growing.
But what you don't realize is I attract more grace. I receive more grace until he doesn't want to give more. But I know he will keep giving. So the secret or the tool to attract it is the humility. So you can't go around it.
That's why I asked you if you were a man of God. Because you're just preaching this morning. I love that. But now, how can people actually attend this? Is it free?
It's a free event. It's a free event. No one is charging you gate fee, nothing. All we're asking is go to www.jometalmusic.com. Jometalmusic.com. It's just for a basic registration. And registrations are mainly to just give you information. We share some information with you whilst you prep to come. But somebody was also asking if I'm not able to register, does that mean I can't make it? No. We still have people at the gate that can help you register if in case you are finding it difficult. Don't worry, the event itself is open to all. Just come. Come just with a heart of worship. Come ready to receive of God. Come to just honor him. That's it. No restrictions whatsoever. No.
And it's at the Accra Sports Stadium.
Accra Sports Stadium. Event starts at 3 p.m. But by 1, usually the gates are open. Most people that come as well sometimes come straight from church. They just enter. So by 1, we open up and allow people to settle in whilst we prep for 3 p.m.
Wow, this is going to be very interesting.
Yes.
Praise Reloaded, The River.
It's
happening on the 28th June.
On Sunday, actually.
This is Sunday.
Just on Sunday, yeah.
This Sunday.
Yes.
Let's not put a date to it. This Sunday.
This Sunday.
At 1 o'clock.
At the event, 3 p.m. So if you don't stress out. If you don't have the time to be there at 1, just
some people just come to get their seats.
That's it. That's what it is.
Because it's the Accra Sports Stadium.
Accra Sports Stadium.
It's big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
But there'll be enough seats for every one of us. Yes.
That's very interesting. I really love this. But now, apart from the event, let's talk about the gospel industry here in Ghana. How do you see it now? Do you see that there's progress?
There is a lot.
What are your thoughts on it?
I feel like there's a lot of progress. There's a lot of growth. We're not where we want to be, but I feel like we're getting somewhere. It's growing, and there's been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of people evolving and all that. And I feel like there's a great prospect for the future.
Right.
And I can't wait for some of the younger generation, what they're carrying. Some of them carry so much like pure heart for God, and it shows in their sounds that they produce. And so I know that there's a great future.
Right. So talking about sounds, do you have anybody under your wings that you are actually grooming, preparing for us?
At the moment, I think there are two that in terms of grooming, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
And so that by God's grace, I have like quite a number of the younger ones that God has brought into my life, and I get the opportunity to also mentor. But then there are two that are on my label, which is Luigi McLean and Niyam Ekofo. So they are both with me. Right. So they are they're more like on the Reverb label. Right. So we push and support them.
And how's Reverb doing?
It's doing great. It's doing great.
That's good.
Yeah.
Are you still open for more talents?
I think so. So because we just finished the building and everything, we're now about to prep into the real
business
assignment. Yeah.
Well, that's nice. I like that. You're not just doing music, but you're also in the business.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. Once more, let's remind people, Praise Reloaded.
Praise Reloaded happening on the 28th of June at the Accra Sports Stadium. The event is free. No one is charging you anything. All we're asking is go to jometelmusic.com, just register. If you're not able to, come to the gate. When you get there, we'll help you out. The gate opens by 1, events start at 3. We have Sumisola Baby, we have Prosper Chimana, we have Eugene Zuta, Daughters of Glorious Jesus, Bethel Revival Choir, and a host of other ministers coming through to be a blessing to the lives of God's people.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Any final words?
I want to say a big thank you to, first of all, CT for the support. Oh, I mean, I'm on the ChannelOne.
Yeah, it's ChannelOne. Radio is CT.
ChannelOne TV and CT FM as well. And I want to say a big thank you to, can I say just one or two of my people?
Yeah, sure.
I want to say a big thank you to EcoBank. I want to say a big thank you to Sunny Gold. I want to say a big thank you to all our sponsors, Palms by Eagles, Tank Palace. Did I leave anybody? Yeah, in fact, I can't.
Starbite.
Piva.
I see Starbite.
Yes, there's Piva, Ghana Limited, the Starbite, Pomasidor, Awa, Africa World. Thank you, Africa World. Sunny TV and radio as well. I know because I'm on another TV station, I can't do too much of that. But all our sponsors, and I want to say a big thank you also to. There's this company, Chocho Kenke. They give us some good Kenke. I said Starbite as well, Deco Zone, and all our sponsors. But most importantly, one of our major sponsors, which is EcoBank Ghana too.
All right.
Yes, and then I said Sunny Gold already. Yeah. Sunny Gold. Thank you all.
All right, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We've had everything from the award-winning gospel musician, Joe Metal. It's all about Praise Reloaded. That's going to be happening this Sunday. So after church, gather the family and head to the Accra Sports Stadium. And yes, receive the Holy Spirit, because we all need the Holy Spirit in our lives. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be getting into some entertainment.
This is where stories rise, where strength speaks, and legends are born. From hundreds of entries, only 10 emerged as the 2026 ChannelOne Community Legends.
You're 14 years, you're among people who are...
my name is Daisy with the entry 32.
There's someone who is from Western North, Sevi Adofa.
We have it that wherever you travel to, home is home.
10 legends, 10 inspiring journeys, one platform. From struggle to success, from purpose to impact. Hear their remarkable stories.
In a place where almost nothing is available.
I have a foundation called Grace on Duty Foundation.
Whatever they are going through is part of the struggle. That should even give them the motivation to learn.
Because I'm a game changer wherever I go.
Tune in every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. and be inspired by the people changing lives in their communities. Only on ChannelOne TV. Channel One Community Legends. Real people, real impact, real inspiration.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's Friday, and before we give you entertainment, you know we give you a bit of the social media trends. What is trending on social media, making everybody buzz and want to contribute into the discussions. So we get some of these topics from these hot topics. I like to call them hot topics because they are trending. So we get them from social media platforms like X, which was formerly Twitter, and Facebook, and Snapchat, and TikTok, and so on. So even from you. So if you see something trending, reach out to us. Let us know. Anyway, the first one here is Accra High Court sentenced Larry Dogbe to 7 days in prison for contempt of court. And Accra High Court sentenced him to prison for contempt after his newspaper actually reported on Petraco SA's petition accusing Ghanaian oil executive Kevin Otre of fraud in a $100 million deal. Dogbe noted on Facebook that the Herald only covered the petition filed with Ghanaian authorities, insisting that journalism is not a crime. The Ghana Journalists Association, that's GJA, has called the ruling unfortunate and is seeking legal advice amid press freedom concerns, while the decision has fueled debate over media rights and court rules in political charged oil disputes. Well, that's it right there. It's quite unfortunate because Larry is our person.
Yeah,
regular panelist on the show. And it's quite unfortunate that he, he's going through this. He actually texted or put out.
He announced it
from
yesterday.
Yesterday, and a lot of comments were coming there. But let's check out some of the comments that were, put out on social media, especially when he announced himself that, look, the court is actually sending him to jail. So Justice Isaac Addo, so this is him actually, on his Facebook post yesterday. Justice Isaac Addo for an Accra High Court has just convicted me and sentenced me to 7 days imprisonment in the case of involving Kevin Otre and Petraco SA. The Herald newspaper reported only a petition filed by the multinational company with CID, IOCO, GIP, Attorney General, etc. Ghana deserves better. Journalism is not a crime.
Mm-hmm.
What are you?
Very unfortunate. Let's check some comment on that incident and Ganiyu, Hakim, I think Abdul Hakim, he's saying this matter was a civil matter and not an issue with the state. So that's Ganiyu there. Nana Usu, he says, don't get it twisted. This is about contempt of court, not press freedom. Right there. Kwame Osei, he says, submit petition to the state institutions. Journalist reports on it. Journalist goes to jail. Make it make sense. Right, that's from Nana Osei there. And Echo says, I wonder what GGA would think of this. So GGA actually is seeking legal advice on it, and we know what to do about the issue. Lastly, on Wales, are some of you reading the, so that is Larry Dogbe there, his pictures scrolling on the screen, and
that's Kevin Otre.
Kevin Otre, he is the person involved in the incident, the case that Larry,
Petraco,
the Trasaco case that Larry reported
Petraco
on
SA versus Kevin Otre. That's what it is. So Petraco SA, an oil firm, versus Kevin Otre.
Very unfortunate that Larry has to go through this.
Larry actually reported.
Contempt, of course, very serious though. All right, let's check some more comments on that. All right, so Chris, what again is trending on the internet?
So I saw this one yesterday and I was flabbergasted. I was just off my heels. I just wanted to scream. I don't know if I should get angry or laugh. It was just a lot. Guys, there's a Ghanaian mother of, that has 23 children, that is seeking financial help. 23 children. Anyway, the video of a woman with 23 children from Ejisu municipality was shared. It shows her appealing for financial help amid rising costs, explaining that family planning method failed to prevent more pregnancies. Ghanaians respond with praise for her fertility, some calling her children a blessing, alongside criticism about choices like vasectomy and jokes comparing her brood to a FIFA squad. Well, her story highlights ongoing family planning challenges in Ghana, where economic pressures strain families in rural areas like her. Well, I like the fact that it's bringing up issues like vasectomy. A lot of times, women are the ones supposed to tie their tubes, or go through the process of taking off their wombs, and always the ones taking contraceptives or have to insert things in them like IUDs and all that. But at the end of the day, this is not just an issue of family planning, but it's a broader issue of health. Does it work for everyone? Some people, it hasn't worked for them. Apart from the educational part of, these people knowing that there are options for family planning. Does some of them work? No. Some of them does not work for everybody. So it also depends on what works for you. But at the end of the day, it has also shown that when men go through vasectomy, they do not go through most changes that women go through when they take pills, when they insert things in them, and all that.
And even this mere contraceptives, it changes some women's cycle.
It changes your, apart from changing your cycle, it changes a lot in your body. It's like there are hormonal issues. Some women gain weight. Some, like, everything changes in a woman. But when it comes to vasectomy in a man, like, the change is a little. Nothing compared to, it's just a snip. It's just a snip, and that's it. So the question is, why is vasectomy not put in the face of men like how other options for women are put in the face? Do you understand? After a woman gives birth, why are women and men not put together, to have that conversation with the docs? Okay, that it can just be a snip, and it just happens within minutes. It's a snip.
Well, maybe the education has not gone down well. The reason we are not.
It's not about the education. I think most of the time the focus is so much on women.
You think so?
Yes, and I understand why it's on women, because they are the ones that are giving birth.
They are the carriers of the.
They are the carriers of the pregnancies. But at the same time, I think that energy used to talk to women or educate women. We should also try and educate the men too, that there are options for them. Because 23 children, I'm asking, what is wrong with you?
Well, family planning, it's not even entirely about just medication and some of these things. In fact, medical experts have said they are natural ways of, just.
Well, the natural ways do not entirely work. Even medical experts actually prefer you to go through the other routes than the pull-out system. Let's just call it what it is.
But
it's the pull-out system. The pull-out system does not work for everybody, because if a little drop of sperm, a tiny drop of sperm enters, you still will get pregnant.
The equation will balance.
Exactly. So the pull-out system does not work. the doctors will tell you that the pull-out systems does not entirely work. They rather tell you to wear a condom. The condoms are the ones that actually work than the pull-out system.
Yeah.
If you don't want to put an IUD in you, and the issue of the IUD comes in 2 types. Do you understand? And it does not work for everybody.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Sometimes we've also seen, you know, women develop different things just because IUDs. You need to go and visit. Oh, they've put the IUD, but it's not sitting well. It's not. You understand? You have to go to the doctor to fix it well again. This, that.
And who knows? Maybe she's even pregnant again.
No, she is pregnant again.
Can you imagine?
And now she's asking us for money. Common sense.
No, see, my issue is that if you are not ready, if you can't take care of the
children,
don't bother yourself to, you know, bring them to life, and so that they become a burden. And this brings us a whole lot of issues. They don't get proper
Where is
education.
the father?
There's no
Where is the
proper
where is
meal,
the man?
malnutrited.
Where is the man?
That's that's the question we need
so
to
the
ask.
man that impregnated her. Okay,
but why does she
no, she was not impregnated 23 times. She was. I actually read in one post that there were twins, there were quadruplets, there were on and on.
Yes, of course, all the 23 didn't come at a go, but of course, immediately you saw that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he kept counting to 23.
Oh no, but you see,
no.
We are also hypocritical, because some of the comments, from what I read, the comments that are saying that, oh, children are blessings. Charlie, children are only blessings when you have the money to take care of them.
And
that thing that we say children are blessings, where people don't have money and you bring children to come and suffer the children, that's wickedness.
That's used to be those days, right? When having a lot of children was a form of prestige. You see, when farming was really the issue. When you have more kids then in the area, you have prestige. You can get them to go and work on the farm. We've gone past that stage. Even those who really have it in their pockets, 1, 2, 3, they are done.
The ones who have it in their pocket are not even giving birth to 5 children.
23, no, too much.
20,
too much.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 2 times and add 3.
23.
Come on.
And we're expecting 24 as well.
Like, let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Let us not sugarcoat this. Let's not lie to her. This is irresponsibility. This is bad. This is horrible. Let's stop telling her, oh, she's fertile. It is bad. Something needs to be done. Either the man gets a vasectomy, maybe she takes her womb out, or she ties her tube. One of it at this point, if she cannot control herself. Yeah.
Because
anyway,
after
we have
this
some
one,
comments on
we
that.
definitely get another one to expect 25.
We have some comments on that. Some of you reading the caption. 7 sets of twins. Even if it's 2 sets of twins, it's okay. 7 sets of twins and 3 sets of triplets. Tried ways of preventing and was unsuccessful. So why are we making excuses for this? And this is by Luxury on Wheels. Next, please. Complete Black Stars team. And this is by Edukra Mayor, 23-man squad ready for the next World Cup. She has a whole football team at home. Oh, she does. At Kwame _ with my full chest, I'm willing to donate for the National Cathedral now. Yeah. On the contrary, where's the father? Very good question. And this from Al Hassan 48. You know, and they're beautiful children. Beautiful children you bring into the world to support. Oh, Lord.
Very worrying.
I mean, there's a number that people can call. There's 49 842 423. 0549 842 423. But we could also ask, would she want to give them out for, adoption? To parents that can actually cater for them? Because honestly, I don't think she can cater for them.
No.
And she looks like she's going to do it again.
Imagine if she's cooking dinner, how
See
much?
her face. Her face looks like she will do it again. If it's sweeting you like that, do something about it.
Oh, by the way, she's expecting 24, so what do you think? 25.
That's why I say it looks like she will do it again. I think she likes giving birth.
It's her hobby.
Some women like giving birth. They're like that. It comes easy for them.
Well, maybe it's her hobby.
And the children are fine.
Yeah. Very nice looking.
You know, and these children will be very angry at her when they grow up. I'm not joking. They'll be very angry at her when they grow up. Like, if you're like this, how can you even teach your children? What? She's married. See, the ring is shiny too. Yeah, the ring is shiny. Yeah. So where is the husband?
24 carats, good.
And if you check, well, maybe the husband has run away and left her, because sometimes in this situation, it gets too much for the man. Have you seen situations where women give birth to quadruplets and a lot of babies in the hospital, and the man just runs away? Yeah. Let's look well. Maybe the man has run away. That's why she has come out to beg us.
Oh, but I'm sure after the renovations and all that's coming,
then he will come back again, and then he'll put another one again, say beg again, then we'll give you more money.
So that the team will continue
Ghanaians are very kind people. We'll feel sad for you, and then we'll give you more money. Give birth again. And even apart from that, apart from the money and the issue of, protection, it is bad for your body as a woman. These are a lot of babies. This is a lot of pushing out and a lot of carrying. And she's not just carrying one. Yeah, here is twins, triplets, one person, multiple times. She's strong.
Just one person. Imagine the pain, look at the pain women go through during labor, and to be able to sustain 4.
Wait, who was the strongest person in the Bible? Samson. She's Samsonina. Anyway,
just by the way.
Anyway, Fifi is joining us because it's Friday, and Friday we talk about it. Hey, Fifi, I like your shoe.
Thank you.
Fifi, what are your thoughts about the 23 children from one woman, and now she's asking us for money and help?
She's actually expecting
23 from one woman.
Yeah.
And she's expecting the 24th one.
Oh my days, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
So okay, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about vasectomy. What are your thoughts on vasectomy?
Do
you know vasectomy?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Sorry, because sometimes I think like you're very young, and I don't think that you go there. Yeah. You know vasectomy?
I'm about 18.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I do. I respect people who do it. Times are hard. People have their preferences. People have their reasons for not wanting to give birth. And so if you are done giving birth to the number of kids you want to have, or you do not want to give birth to children at all, and you prefer vasectomy as your means of not giving birth, cool, go for it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should judge you for it or whatsoever.
But do you think vasectomy is marketed enough or taught enough, as much as it's taught to women to use different methods of contraception?
No, it isn't. And
exactly,
it has a lot of notions around it. That a lot of people, So I think we should scale up the awareness creation around vasectomy. It's not always the lady needs to be the one to
protect.
The man can also do.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's nice to hear. You're very progressive. That's why you're cool. But anyway, what do you have for us today when it comes to entertainment?
A lot. It's World Cup season.
Is that why you wear new shoes?
Oh no, these are old shoes. These are old shoes. It's World Cup season, and as usual, our stars are targeted along the wave, and one person in Ghana who has really taken up the mantle to promote himself, tag along the wave around Ghana being at the World Cup is Kojoe Kansah-Lewin. Every now and then, you see him in the news saying if Ghana doesn't win, he's going to do this, blah, 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 blah. So thankfully, Ghana qualified against, Ghana drew with England. Now we are facing Croatia next. And he says, if Ghana fails to beat Croatia, he will divorce his wife.
That's serious.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. I mean, it's clearly he trying to tag along the wave of the World Cup. Because I don't think you would divorce your wife because Croatia won against Ghana whatsoever. It's just,
you don't love your wife that much.
Anyways, so that's the video on your screen. Yeah.
There's nothing I can see. On record. I will still divorce my wife. I'm going to claim. I don't know my correct score. I'm not saying a draw. I'm not saying 0-0. When I see Croatia, I'm going to say. That's how much I want to go. We never lose. 3 matches. 2 wins, 1 draw. Win it. Now England. I can win. I can win. Russia, I can score. 3-0. 5 years. If Ghana not score Croatia, on record, I will still divorce my wife.
I'm going to claim. I know my correct score. I'm not saying a draw. I'm 0-0. When I see Croatia, I'm going to say
Croatia 3-0. And that's how
Now, such a time is
No,
having
but he
in
will still
the
divorce his
States.
wife. Does he want to divorce his wife?
I doubt.
Or maybe it's just the English.
Lewin has, numerous ways of making it in the news. Just to be in the news.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when he's coming to release a new project. So I'm not surprised if in the coming days
there
we
was
see
a
something.
time he was all over TikTok saying his children were not his biological children, only for him to return later to tell us it was part of building
Promotion,
anticipation for a movie and all that. So, I mean, but he's having such a good time. I mean, people on grounds with him will tell you how much he's become the center of attraction, as well as other stars, who have been to the States to support the Black Stars team. Also, a couple of, Ghanaian musicians were at the Boston Stadium where Ghana played England to show their support. There was Wendy Shea, there was Kim Promise, Samini, Kofi Kinata, Stoneboy's wife, Black Sheriff. It's beautiful to see, especially because players support music. I've seen footballers like Kudus rooting for Stoneboy, rooting for Kim Promise, Ishahaku rooting for Stoneboy, other musicians, and I think this is a perfect time to also return the favor they do our musicians. So it's beautiful to see our musicians supporting them as well. Kim Promise went as far as visiting their hotel where they stayed for the World Cup, to interact with them. Even prior to the World Cup, Black Sheriff was in their camp performing with them. It tells you how sports and music can go hand in hand. Yeah. And each field can tag along the other to yield positive returns to the artists and the players. So it's really beautiful to see. Still speaking about World Cup, Dabo is also in the trend.
Yes.
He was at the stadium when Ghana faced England, and he was described as a handsome boy. Dabo is not a boy, an amazing kid. That was how he was described. But Dabo is not a boy. Yeah.
Somebody's grandfather.
Yeah, he's 35 years old. He's 35 years old, but it is what it is. You saw his videos with John Terry. John Terry. Yeah. You saw his video with Bellingham. I think.
I love the one with Bellingham.
Yeah, because you like Bellingham?
No, not because I like Bellingham, because he was so forceful trying to enter.
Yeah.
And then when he got there, the people thought he was a kid.
Yeah.
The people thought he was a child,
Adorable kid.
And so that's around him as well.
And they're like, no, you can't
with
enter.
one of their own.
I understand he was even placed in the kids stand.
Yeah.
That's why I said he was placed in the kids stand.
Yeah. So that's that. But I think Ghanaians have really taken advantage of this World Cup, and I love to see it in a year where iShow Speed has been in Ghana. Ghana's name has been mentioned across various platforms. The president's wearing fugu. His face.
Yeah.
That would be a story for another time.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are really taking advantage of this World Cup, and it's beautiful to see how celebrities, influential people, are all tagging along. Even if we do not proceed to the stage you want to get to in this World Cup, we've really made a statement. Because if you watch the visuals from face-off with Panama in Canada, Toronto, you saw the number of Ghanaians that were outside,
Say that again?
Toronto, yeah. Toronto, the T is silence, Toronto. Yeah, so that's that for entertainment this morning.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And we can't see what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see what's going to happen.
But before
tomorrow.
I go, happy birthday to the...
All your friends always have birthdays, right?
Yeah. Happy birthday to the last baby in the Bougie Boys group, Philemon Odru Asante, our last born. Happy birthday to you, brother. Chop Life. Happy birthday to you, Ella, my very good friend. Today is your birthday as well. May the good Lord bless you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's really been an interesting one. But what are your predictions for the match?
Oh, we are lashing Croatia 3-1.
3-1.
Easy cry.
Oh, take it easy. Let's manage our expectations.
3-1. We are lashing Croatia 3-1.
Really?
Yeah. Even England could not break us down.
Then we're going to top Group L.
Yeah. And we'll face whoever, whether Portugal, Colombia, we will score them.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, we want to say thank you for coming. And thank you to each and every one of you for joining us this morning on Breakfast Daily, which is the Friday's edition that comes with a lot of heat. Thank you so much for staying with us. My name is Chris Carter.
And I am Wahab Abdulrazak. Thank you for watching.